Mr. Dutchy Beats.
1, 2. You hear me?
I can hear you.
1, 2. You hear me? Bag of cunts. Bag of cunts.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Fucking phones, man. Yeah, of course I can hear you.
Oh, shit. Nice. Plans coming together then. Let me get a better angle.
Let me shut some shit down as well. Why have I got fucking a million tabs open? No wonder this shit ain't working properly.
Why is my laptop going too slow? Because you've never shut down a browser.
Any browser, just
Ever
tabs
turn
and
the
tabs
computer
of
off.
fucking Pornhub non-stop.
Where's my echo?
You gotta keep your fucking Pornhub tabs open, man. Because you sometimes.
How else are you gonna remember?
There we go. Like, I'm not gonna be one of them. Actually, I was about to say something that's really stupid. I'll be like, I'm not gonna be one of those guys who remember like porn stars' names and shit. But there are some porn stars that I do remember. That I keep
Yeah, I
in there.
don't. Even the ones I've banged, I don't remember their names.
Yo, we're back. We are back. Like we never left. Shit.
I was going to say we're back like we stole something, but that doesn't really work, does it? I know there's some kind of saying that says that we're back like, but no, we left. We're out of here like we stole. Oh, fuck,
It's something like that, man.
Something like that.
One of them motherfuckers, man. One of them. Where's AC, man?
I don't know. Fucking
Fuck is
type in the
AC?
code in again. Well, while AC's not here, I'm going to give Harvey a snack. Oh, we're recording already, aren't we? This is officially the podcast now, isn't
Yeah,
it?
this is like.
All right. Hold on, I'll be back. Yeah, where the fuck is AC?
We're back and we're branded, man. Come on.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're doing it. This is my hustle to the death. Come
I
on.
almost wore my grey one as well.
Bro, do you know what? Do you know the sad thing about this is I don't even have a black and white hoodie. Like,
Do you not?
nah, man. It got stolen at the gym.
Cunts.
I know.
Have
man.
you not got any more then?
Nah, not those
The
ones.
black
Because
and
I
white
don't redo runs in it. So that's it, man. That's
I'd say you could have this one, but it's got fucking bleach stains, like burn. It's absolutely mullered to fuck this.
listen, that shit's a collectible, man. It's a collectible. Yeah, people
Because I wear it all the time.
be like, yo, I'm gonna give you 700 quid for that.
It's going to be like one of the original, like, kind of Supreme hoodies or something
That's
like
it,
that.
man.
Yeah.
That's
Tell you what I saw the other day. There's a picture of me from, like, I don't know. It's actually like one of the rare half decent pictures of me from Germany in like 2010 or something like that.
Yeah.
2010, 2011. I'm not sure when it was. When did you do the Ant Army one?
the crest.
Yeah, the crest.
You see, I'm confused about that because I saw a pic. You know who confused me? You confused me because you were like, this is 2011. And I was like, did I do that in 2011? I swear
Yeah,
it was
was it later than that?
I think it was later, man. Maybe only a year or so. But
Because that makes no sense because I'm using a CDJ 1000 as well. And that's like old tech. So there was someone on the picture saying it was 2010.
nah, I didn't. Nah. Because I didn't even have the original This Is My Hustle stuff came out around 2010, but
Was
nothing
it?
like that. Not with the crest.
Because this is like the original stuff, and then like the one with the crest, which is my favorite one. Which again, that t-shirt is absolutely fucking battered. Like I always used to take that t-shirt as like either my backup t-shirt that I was going to DJ in, or the t-shirt that I was traveling home in every single time. That's been around the world with me. That t-shirt. Yeah, maybe it was like 2013 then, or something like that.
Maybe, yeah, closer, definitely closer to when I dropped the album.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I had some promo pics for the album wearing that t-shirt, and that was like 2014. So that's probably like 2013, I reckon.
Yeah, because it was after that, you know, when we did our run around the country where you were setting up the merch table because you didn't have them then. Because it was
It's after that. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Where
Good
the fuck
times,
is AC?
man.
How long does it take to type in a 45 character passwords?
Yeah.
Just get WhatsApp for your computer. Fuck me.
While we're waiting for AC, we had a little break, a little 2-week break. Everybody's been really busy. And I think I don't know, man. We kind of needed it. I feel like, like shit was getting.
AC was getting on my fucking nerves, man. So I needed a break from him. Oh, they're talking to the devil.
There he is. He's been around the world.
Hello. You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. You ain't got a fucking. You're not on set, bruv. Man's doing like mic checks and shit.
Yeah. Hello.
Murder mic check 1, 2.
I can hear you now.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, cool, man. What are you saying?
It's quite mad doing this with like both of you with like sunlight outside your windows.
Daylight in the background.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy. So yeah, we're doing this. We are back. It's been a long time. Sorry I left you. But yeah,
without a strong podcast to listen to.
The podcast world fell apart when we were gone, man.
Yeah,
Joe Budden fell apart. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like,
are they back yet?
Nah, man. More than Rory. Like, I think they're just done, man.
I think it feels like they're done at this point because it's not like it doesn't feel like a kind of a press tactic anymore, like a PR tactic.
It wasn't.
It feels like it's actually something.
I think like. Yeah. Do you know what's really funny? The first time they weren't there, I didn't even notice till like halfway through, and I was like, "Wait, oh shit, the guys ain't there." Yeah. Then I was like, "Okay, I can deal with this." Then the second episode, when he was like, "Yo, we need to address it," I was like, "Yeah, it's not the same, man." Like he's changed as well. Like imagine me going, "All right, listen, I'm gonna get 2 different co-hosts," and the dynamics just change.
The way that changes.
The way that I talk, it's almost like his views have changed as well. I was just like, nah, you're because he's trying to make it pop again rather than it just be natural. He's trying to pod, and I feel like they've got to a point where they weren't podcasting; they were just like doing their thing. Now he's like trying to podcast. How do you make a podcast work rather than how do you just sit with your mates chatting shit? So, and obviously they're his mates as well. Nothing's changed in that way, but again, I'm different with different friends in it. If I take 2 different friends on this show, it's going to be a totally different experience.
100%.
So, yeah.
What would it be like if it was just you and Terra for 2 hours?
That'd be it could work, but it would
that'd be wicked.
It would definitely work. Like it would definitely work, but it just wouldn't be the same, man. But I feel like that dynamic is similar. But if I took someone who isn't from the music world, if I took one of my work friends and was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do a podcast," it'd be fucking shit. Because again, the dynamic isn't there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Them trying to talk about football and stuff.
Yeah, like fuck that. You need to be able to have that push-pull relationship if you're doing like that kind of podcast, because you need to be able to say something stupid and have them go, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like you need to have that. You know what I mean? And if you don't have that, then you kind of it's like you're trying to manufacture it, and it just doesn't. Like it will come. But it will take time, man.
But you also need to be able to call each other call each other out on your bullshit, insult each other, laugh together, and then be over it by like. There's not many people that I could sit there and do like an actual interesting podcast where I'm not interviewing someone or talking about a particular subject. It's probably you, AC, obviously, Jay. That's about it, really.
You and Jay, that'd be wicked. And Jay's conversations.
We used to
I've never met Jay.
You met Jay. You talked to him. I know you talked to him.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure you talked to him on email. Because you remember you did like a little bit of artwork for us years ago.
Oh, was that Jay I was talking to? I thought it was you.
No, we write in a very similar way.
Do this artwork, you cunt.
Yeah. I just said call him a cunt.
Fucking that's amazing, you cunt.
Give us your bank details, you fucking bellend. Yeah, I don't think there's. I mean, if you listen to our old the DJ Knowledge Crate podcast, we were talking about tech stuff, but it so often just went completely downhill into like just a complete piss take session. Yeah. We used to have this other guy on there called Barry, who was a lovely bloke, but he was a DJ, but actually had no clue about anything. So we just used to end up just ripping the absolute living shit out of him. But and it was supposed to be like this professional podcast, DJ tech stuff.
You need that, man. I think I guess podcasting is such a niche a niche platform or a niche forum, it is like trying to capture lightning in a bottle, and a lot of people are trying to figure out how do you make this work. And one of the things it wasn't on Joe Biden's podcast, but it was on Savion's podcast, on the Need to Know podcast. And one of the questions that was put forward was, how do you make a successful podcast? And the answer came down to, just don't stop. Like it's about time, building, letting the audience grow with you, letting them getting to know you and the personalities and stuff like that. And Joe Biden is a really good example, because his podcast has changed. Now it's on the kind of the third version of what it is, where it changes every time, where you got different guests, different co-hosts and whatever, and it just moves to something else. But
the thing about Joe Budden though is he is an intrinsically dislikable person. I find him so anyway. Like I don't like him. I don't like him as a person. But I do actually like the dynamic between those three. Like I think that's a really good dynamic, and I like how his personality fits into that dynamic. But if you take that away, and that's the pH balance, isn't it? It's so fine. Like you have to. I think with most of the podcasts that I really like, that I listen to, that's got the play off of various characters that are in that podcast, like the old Combat Jack podcast. They used to be fucking amazing when you had Combat Jack, Premium Pete, and who's the other guy that was on there as well? I can never remember his name, but those three, and then Just Blaze when he was on there as well. That was really good. It's kind of like the Chatting Shit podcast as well.
Yeah.
Like those two, like if you were to have like Seeper with someone else or Beats with someone else, I don't think it would work as well. Those two, the balance of those two is like they've just brought out a new season, haven't they?
Okay, I saw it pop up. Yeah, actually, I saw it pop up.
It's a fine balance. Like, and to hit that magic, like you say, that lightning in a bottle, you have to have the right components to make that happen.
Yeah. Who is it? Tom Davis and Ramesh.
Yeah.
Their podcast, the Owl and the Wolf, whatever. Their podcast is wicked, man.
But even like the Ramesh one, like Hip Hop Saved My Life with him and his mate, I can't remember his name, Rupert, is it? Like those two are so funny together.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Blade went on there the other day, innit, or something?
Was Blade on there? Yeah. I think Blade was on there. Yeah.
And have you seen Ping Trip? Have you seen that Ping Trip?
No.
Go on flipping YouTube. Yeah, look up Ping Trip. Yeah, he gets all the podcasts and he chops them up and turns them, like, re-edits them so they're just funny.
Oh, see the one that you sent me with the Mike Tyson one.
Yeah. He does Mike Tyson. I've never seen, like, is the Mike Tyson podcast good?
I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's like it's a weird dynamic again. It's a guest based one, but it's like when you've got Mike Tyson, who's arguably one of the most polarizing and terrifying figures, icons of like our time, and you have him just like badding up these people.
Oh, is
without
that
even trying? Nah, not even without him trying. Because he's like, he's that kind of person, isn't it? He's the kind of person who's just gonna say what he wants to say, regardless of, because he's not used to. Who's gonna tell Mike Tyson no, innit? Like Mike Tyson's been a bully forever. So
who was it that he badded up? Was it Lil Boozy?
Yeah, Boozy. But again, not in a way where you're like, because it's not, Lil Boozy isn't someone you can bad up. You get me? So when you got two people that are just like, yo, what? Are you gay? Is that what it is? And he don't take it. He doesn't take it as like someone going, what? He's just like, nah. Like, because
Lil Boozy said it like that, or
no, Mike Tyson said it to Lil Boozy.
But Lil Boozy just took it like because it's one of them things where when you're dealing with people who are supremely secure in who they are, and they're also not used to people coming at them in that way. So it's not even you're never gonna have that kind of that insecurity or someone going, what do you mean? Who are you talking about? And the loudness, you just don't get that. Like Mike Tyson is not a person who's gonna get loud with you.
Let me clarify what, like, he didn't bad him up because he accused him of being gay. Basically, I think Boozy was saying something about someone, I can't remember what it was, and Mike Tyson took exception with it and said, he said something along the lines of the only people that are homophobic nowadays are people that are in the closet gay. So are you gay?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's basically what he said. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like Alec Guinness. Remember the actor Alec Guinness?
Yeah.
He was gay, but he was in the closet, and he got married, and then why are you laughing? What's funny about that?
We're talking about contemporary people, and you take it back to Alec Guinness.
Yeah, but it applies, isn't it? It applies, man,
man.
because see, like he was gay, yeah, and then he didn't want to admit it, so he got married, had kids, and everything. Treated his wife like shit, treated the kids like shit. Then also he hated people like Ian McKellen and the gay people who'd say that they're gay and stuff like that.
That was a Hollywood standard in those days, wasn't it? Like the studios wouldn't allow the actors to be openly gay.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So
but
like people like Rock Hudson and people like that.
Oh, Rock Hudson was gay, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah, he was like, but if you read his memoirs, or his son, I think his son released them recently, yeah, and they've got all of the abuse that he used to deal out, psychological abuse to the wife and then to the kids. He wasn't really physically abusing them, but it was just like all like psychological abuse and shit. Like he bought his son a boat, you know, like not like a big boat, but like a toy boat, yeah.
Okay,
right? He bought in this toy boat, and they put it out on the lake, yeah. And then he set explosives in it. So when he got to the middle of the lake, it just blew up, yeah. And he took joy in seeing his son cry and everything like that. So he's a bit brutal, weird. Yeah, he's a bit fucked up.
Who was that?
Alec Guinness, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, for real?
Can I just say, AC, that your flat looks even more fucking mental in the daylight?
With the light. The light changes the
Nah, it all makes sense, man. It makes sense.
Yeah. You know where everything is.
I got studio color lights. These are the lights I have on when I record. I feel
they help?
Yeah, man. You get the aura of Prince.
Oh yeah.
Purple.
Or Cam.
Somebody said the other day, yeah.
Cameron, yeah.
Killer. Someone said the other day, Michael Jackson versus Prince in the verses, and they were like, yeah, Michael Jackson would wash Prince.
No.
And I was like,
not at all.
What?
Not
like,
in the slightest.
but this person was young, innit? This person was like 20, 22.
Yeah.
So, but I was like, even with that, even being young, man, I feel like if you put 20 Prince tracks, 20 Michael Jackson tracks, I feel like Michael Jackson could edge it, yeah? That's my personal opinion, yeah?
It wouldn't be a wash, it'd be close.
No one is washing Prince. Like, Prince is unwashable. Prince is dirty. Like, you cannot wash Prince. It's never happening, man. Like, the respect that people just don't have for certain artists is nuts. And even, like, me...
I preferred Prince, like, his later output, I preferred Prince's to Michael Jackson's. After Michael, after the bad album, I wasn't really like feeling Michael Jackson all that much. Yeah,
no.
But Prince, I think he still had a lot of good stuff that he put out.
Prince still stayed in his musical pocket, didn't he? Like in his later years, he was just doing whatever the fuck he wanted, and whatever the fuck he wanted was going to be absolutely amazing, whether it was a pop hit or not. Yeah. But the thing about Prince is, like, I don't know who you could be. You couldn't compare him to two artists nowadays, but like with Prince, you think, yeah, maybe Michael Jackson would like kind of edge it, but then Prince would keep playing stuff, and you go, oh, of course, oh yeah. Like even from like the Batman soundtrack and stuff like that.
That is fuck. Like this is what I was about to say. Yeah. So me, like when I grew up, as a kid, I was a Michael Jackson fan. So even as a kid, it was always be like, who's better, Michael Jackson or Prince? Yeah. And I feel like the comparison was never really music based. It was kind of aesthetic based. They both kind of had like they had a similar look, a similar vibe to if you're just looking at it from, again, we're kids in it. So if you're looking at it from that kind of, you ain't going too deep into it. And I was always like, yeah, Prince has got some hits or whatever, but some songs that I like that are Prince's songs, but I was never a Prince fan.
But for me, like, I like Michael Jackson, Off the Wall album, and then Thriller. Bad, I wasn't really too. My sister was more the fan, so she was buying the albums. I was just little, so I was just hearing them when she played them, innit? Bad, and then the stuff after that wasn't really feeling it. But Prince, I think, like what Terry said, he kind of like he just did his thing, innit? And he carried on, and he also was kind of like uncompromising to what he wanted to do.
Completely
innit?
uncompromising, yeah.
So
I mean,
I think
that new Power Generation album. Sorry, go on, Jeff.
Now, I was going to say, like, that's the difference between them two as an artist, which is why Prince's output never really changed and Michael Jackson's did. Michael Jackson was great with Quincy. Like, Michael Jackson, he needed, like, a good producer to really bring it out in him. Prince was Prince. Like,
Prince can meet anybody or anything.
He can do... When you're... Someone told me this thing, yeah. I was trying to look it up. I couldn't find it. Prince used to, like, produce albums under different names and shit. Just because.
Yeah, but the good thing about doing that as well is you can circumnavigate labels trying to like control your output, and like loads of producers used to do this in the 90s and early 2000s. When they get signed, they'd have like a certain number of album deal, and they just release stuff they wanted to release under different names, innit? So then, you know, like people would know in the know. Who are in the scene, but then the mainstream people wouldn't know, innit? So it didn't matter. So they still could make money on the side while they had a deal.
The fact that Prince was playing every single instrument, again,
not just even that, playing every single instrument, recording, mixing, mastering, like everything, like absolutely everything. Like it is fucking crazy. The quality of music that he used to put out that was completely like, and his A&R, I mean, like Sheena E and stuff like that, like the artist that he was putting out. I mean, if you listen to that new Power Generation album, it sounds very, it kind of sounded like kind of 80s/90s of the time, but you listen to it now, it sounds like a fucking explosion. It's amazing. It's absolutely. I was listening to it about 6 months ago. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing.
I've never heard it. I have to check it, man.
That Batman soundtrack, right?
Yeah, I remember the Batman one.
That is such an underrated album. Like it's phenomenal. It's a theme album, like it's a concept album, but it's fucking phenomenal, man.
And it's funny because not a lot of artists get to do like complete soundtracks. And the only one I can compare it to, someone who was given a bag to make an album for a soundtrack, was Kendrick with the Black Panther album. And
what about flipping RZA? He did Ghost Dog, didn't he?
But that was his own film. Ghost Dog. His own film, isn't
it? Yeah, that was.
Oh, was that RZA's own film?
Yeah, that was his own film.
I thought he'd just done the soundtrack for that.
No, I'm fairly sure he was one of the producers on it.
The one with Forrest Whitaker in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, the other Ghost Dog, the one with
Ghost Dog, Where the Samurai, Forrest Whitaker one, yeah. Oh, well, you're taking a piss, yeah?
Other Ghost Dog.
I don't know, it might be another
one. No, the one with Lionel Blair.
But then what was the other fucking...
But Prince did that himself. He did that with Purple Rain, didn't he? He just made his own
film,
right?
He should have carried on acting. I saw a bit of Purple Rain. That was pretty good in that. He was quite,
it's not the best film in the world, but it's like the full concept of it. He could definitely act, but he was just being himself, wasn't he? He was just being Prince.
Well, the only parts I saw really was when he was not getting on with his dad. It was his dad or something, and then he had sex with some girl or something. The love interest. Then like it was something to do with the show or something. There's some other guy in there, but I was like, and then I had to turn it off because I was at work, innit? So, but I want to see the whole thing. But yeah, I thought he was a good actor in it.
Is this when you were at the British Legion? Was this when you were at the British Legion?
No, this was doing Young Offenders
with your Prince wig on, and
this is doing Young Offenders work, isn't it?
Alex, mate, can I have half a pint of malt?
And you just go like that, and put your fingers on his lips.
Have you got your Prince wig yet, Terry?
I'm thinking about getting one. If I was going to get a wig, it would be the Prince wig. Yeah,
do it. Or Tina Turner. One of
maybe
the
Tina Turner.
Hey, see, you don't even need a wig. You could actually do the whole Prince look. Like you could actually get the beard, maybe get some glasses to hide your face a bit. The hair, you got that.
Send me that reface. Send me that reface app, Terry. Do one of me in the Prince thing.
I'm gonna do that right now.
It wouldn't even change the face. It just
you just look exactly the same. I tried to do one of you as Louis Bega the other day, and it just came out looking exactly the same.
And what was the other one you did in me?
On here, actually. What's that?
What was the one you did in me as a baby? It was some baby. I didn't even know it was me. I looked at it. I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" And then you
seriously, we covered this before, but you look like Juju with the Beatnuts. That's what you look like. Prince, I've got your picture saved here. Hold on. Carry on. This.
Yeah,
The reason I've been thinking about Michael Jackson and Prince. It came down because recently Russ, the UK rapper, was talking about a deal he was offered.
Yeah,
it was 60 grand for 24 albums.
Whoa!
Yeah,
60 grand for 24 albums.
24 albums. And obviously everyone was kind of giving their feeling on how shit of a deal that was. And
so the 60 grand, was that just the advance, or and then was he going to get paid? Like, what was did he go into detail, or was it just he just said that? Like,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he did.
Who's this? Sorry, Russ.
Russ Gunlean. He does the Gunlean guy.
Oh, so not Russ, the big rapper.
No, not the
UK
American
guy,
dude.
UK guy.
Okay.
For
UK, that's pretty good.
And it's for
24 albums though.
Not for 24 albums, but I had a conversation in our little week off with a big industry player. Actually had a really long conversation, man. I think I was on the phone for like 2 hours. Like, and I got to kind of picking his brain about certain deals that have happened and stuff. And some of our favorite rappers, some of the biggest guys that are doing it now, signed deals for like 30 grand album deals. And
how 30 grand for one album?
For one album.
I can believe that, because I got offered an independent, it's subsidiary, and they offered me a deal years ago, and it was crap money, and then it was a 5 album deal. So then after every the advance would go up by like £500 every time.
You honestly, I've just done your face on Prince, and it doesn't look any different whatsoever.
The faceless god. This is Prince.
It's just Prince. I did a face swap as well.
Oh shit! What picture though did you use to do that, man?
Just an everyday picture of you, something off your Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
Guys, if you're listening to this podcast on the audio only,
you're missing out.
I implore you to go check the YouTube to see AC.
I've got to do another one here.
Like
use my profile picture, innit? Use my profile picture.
All right. I'll give you.
Because that one had all stubble, but then again, Prince had stubble, didn't he? In some of them, innit?
Yeah, man. Prince.
Yes, because you're Prince.
Prince invented stubble. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
Anything that Beyonce didn't invent, Prince invented.
Like when I remember seeing the first thing I saw of Prince, was when I was little. I can't remember how old I was, but it was that Dove's Cry tune, innit? Yeah, that's the one I remember. He was on a motorbike and he's all dressed in black, and I can see why people would compare him to Mike, but
for the time as well,
but for me it was like
they didn't like each other either. They had beef.
For real?
Of course not, because the way I see it, I feel like Mike probably stole a lot of his sauce, innit?
Oh, but who came out first?
I don't know, man. I feel like
Michael was out first with Jackson 5.
Of course, but then he wasn't always doing that style, man. Prince,
Yeah.
Prince had the thing where it's like, I'm not gonna dress like a typical man. I'm gonna do my thing on some fucking sexy shit.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference between, to me, Mike and Prince. Like, Prince was getting.
Is it true that Prince he had his rib taken out so he could suck his own dick? Is that true or not?
I doubt it.
That's not true.
They literally do that to like every. It's Prince. It's who else? Marilyn Manson. Like somebody else. All this other.
Oh, for real?
Like, listen, let me break something down to you. Prince did not need to suck his own dick.
No. I can't ever see there a situation.
If there is anybody who's ever walked this planet, if there's anyone who's ever walked this planet that did not need to suck his own dick, Prince was that guy.
It was Prince.
This goes back to the point I'm making. Prince was getting gal, innit? Prince was a gallus. Whereas Mike, I don't think Mike was. Like, Mike was just.
No.
I think even if Mike could get.
Mike was too sheltered by.
He wouldn't know what to do with it.
I mean, there's an obvious.
He was like stunted, innit? His development was stunted by the
beatings,
by the people.
Yeah, I mean, there's
controlled him.
Like I say, there's a pretty obvious trajectory to this conversation. That
Jedward.
No, not Jedward. Why would it be Jedward?
Ain't you seen Jedward? Ain't you see what Jedward would be doing in the? You haven't seen it.
What's that got to do with this conversation, AC? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Everything. It's got everything to do with it.
All right,
let me get my point out
let Terry say what he's going to say.
Yeah. So Michael Jackson obviously had an extremely unhealthy relationship with sex, women, whatever, like any kind of sexual maturity whatsoever. Yeah. So I think I'm not here to say he did or he didn't. I don't know if he did or he didn't, like kind of fiddle kids or whatever. But who the fuck knows? Because Michael Jackson, I don't think ever saw sex or understood sex in the same way that any other adult did. Yeah. Or maybe other adults did, but that's it. Like, if you look at his relationship with any women, anything sexual, whatever, like he was hypersexual when he was dancing and singing and stuff like that. But like, you know that Prince used to lay it down. 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Prince was playing basketball, crossing man over, dunking on man, then just coming back, taking off his diamond vest and just.
Did Prince swing both ways, or was he just women?
I doubt it. No, he's a Christian, wasn't he? He was like a full on.
Yeah, he was Jehovah's Witness.
Jehovah's Witness. This one's slightly better, actually.
Oh shit! Wait, send me all these. I'm gonna put these on my Facebook, man. People will like me more.
This is disrespectful. This is disrespectful to Prince. But I have to say, guys, listen. If there's any producers or casting agencies watching, if you're gonna do a movie about Prince, you need to holler at AC. Yeah, I'm his agent. I'm his acting agent. So I'll take my cut. But
take 20%.
AC's the man for that shit. But speaking of taking 20%, back to this 24 album business. So bare people are bare artists that you think are like caking it. They came in the game really taking what I feel like is not a great deal.
No.
And another conversation I had with A&R was about distribution deals. Because I was like, maybe I should go for a distribution deal. And they were like, yeah, man, distribution deal, that's the hype thing to do. So I was like, cool. So what are you gonna give me? Like, what we talking here? And they were like, well, we'll give you probably 15 grand for a project. And then basically once you make that money back, once we make, you know what I mean, make that money back, then we split the profits or whatever. And I was like, wait, so I could just use my own 15 grand then, innit? Like, what the fuck? Like, what I need you for? To me.
But you could. Yeah, but do you have to give? Is that 15 grand in advance? You have to pay them back.
Yeah,
well, that's exactly what it is. Yeah,
100%. Something like this to me, it doesn't make any sense. Let me just use my own 15 and then just do what I want with it. I ain't got to pay myself back. But
whatever happens in the music industry, you're gonna have to pay it back one way or another.
That's cool, but to me, I'm like, if I got to pay some shit back, give me some shit that I can't afford to pay back. Don't give me numbers that I can do myself. Like,
I mean, the thing about those, you know, the deal that he's got offered the 60 grand for 24 albums. Does he have to fund?
Where do you even
does
get
he have to
number?
fund all of the albums out of that 60 grand? What is that?
I'm not sure, but to me, it sounded like that was a signing bonus.
Yeah. Okay. So then what? If he had nothing better on the plate, he could do that and then just buy a house like in a cheap area.
Yeah.
And then he's set for life. He's got his house, no mortgage, and then to do this, studio, and then you could.
It didn't go down that way though. What he did, because it was him and his boy in it, so he was like, we'll take 30 each. So they took 30 each.
Oh, they did it.
Yeah, I think they did it, and I think they kind of renegotiated after and got it sorted out. But the way he was talking about it, he was saying that he went and bought a car. So I'm thinking, well, if you got 30 grand and you buy a car, then that money can't be for buying an album and for making an album. That money must have been your signing bonus. And so like to me, I'm just like, where if it's a signing bonus, it's got to be a lot higher than that, man.
But 24 albums. I mean, that just seems fucking ridiculous.
But then like Jen said, it's got to be that, because then on each album, they'll probably give him an advance to make the album.
Oh, I would have thought so. But who signs a 24 album?
Yeah. Crazy. What label was it with?
I'm not even sure. Whatever label he's with now, probably.
Oh,
I can look that up.
yeah. Where has he signed 24 albums? Yeah, that's like
Yeah,
shit,
I know.
man. He's with them for a long time.
See, my question was this: what artist can you think of that you know that you listen to? You would even want to hear 24 albums from? Who has 24 albums worth of material?
Too short.
I
Too
knew
short.
you
Too
were
short.
saying
Too
Yeah.
short.
He's probably Too Short's probably done already now
840.
48.
He done now album number 10 in 1995. So I don't know what he's on now. Yeah, probably about 20 something. Yeah.
But to me, the
Benny
guys who do that, who can
24
do
albums
like,
in a month.
Yeah.
Benny the Butcher releases 24 albums in a month.
but see, to me, okay, listen. Me personally, yeah, I don't think I have that many albums in me. I think I'm about to do album number 6, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a lifetime of music, and I've probably got about another maybe 5 good ones in me where we're talking about things that I'm going to be saying stuff that you might not know. And I don't even think probably 5, probably 3.
No, but you know what though, yeah? I think you could go, like, if you're an artist who talks about what's going on in the world at the moment, you can go on forever. You never stop.
But okay, you kind of do that, but to me, that's not great. I'm not the kind of person who wants to hear that shit, but I know there are people out there who love the end of year tracks or whatever. They're like talking about current events.
Just writing about the 9 o'clock news. Like,
yeah, like to me, I'm like, I ain't really into that. But I feel like the artists who can really do that are the artists who pick a subject and that's what they do. So you talk about Griselda, we're going to talk about being fly, selling coke, and, shooting people. You're going to pick those 3 subjects and you can roll on that. As long as you got a good beat, that's what it's going to be. You can do that forever.
Yeah.
People are going to feel that.
It's like Cool G Rap.
Yeah, man.
How many albums has he done? He's done a lot. But I mean, yeah, I reckon he could do 24 and I never get bored of it. I still check for him every time.
Yeah, because it's like, you know what I mean?
It all depends on the beats that he chooses. You know, then I can listen to it.
I think
don't know, there's all those
Kanye
artists out
can do
there.
24. Sorry, Terry.
Yeah. So Kanye probably could, like, but there's all those artists out there that will do like 20, like do shit tons of projects. So they'll do an album, like a proper album, like once every couple of years, but they'll put their mixtapes and projects and like kind of like collaboration albums out and stuff like that. And I can kind of see that, but still at the same time, I don't want to hear 24 albums from one artist. I really don't, because I think I'd just be fucking sick of them. Like, I love, say, someone like Elzai. Right? I think Elzai is fucking amazing. But I don't want to hear an album from him every year. I want to hear an album every 2 years, because I want the work to have gone into that album.
Or you know what, Zero could do it. I'd happily listen to 24 albums of him, but it's just the beats. Like, it has to choose good beats. That's the clincher for me.
Yeah.
Every year that has to have good beats, or you know, every 2, whatever it is, they just got to have a good beat.
I think 38 Special put out last year 13 albums or 14 albums.
Yeah.
In 1 year.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think he did like an album a month, and then I think some months he had like 2.
See, I think a lot of us could do that if we had the studio time and whatnot. We could do it. But
I feel like,
for me, I got so much other shit I've got to do in my life that it just kind of gets in the way.
Doing a track a week is nuts. Like, for me, that's kind of like really pushing my limits. Because, and again, it's getting kind of 9 o'clock news-ish, but for my life. So it's kind of going that way, which works some of the time, but it's not going to work all of the time. As far as like if someone said, yeah, we're going to do a 24, I would never sign a 24 album deal. But even if someone said, yeah, we're going to give you like a 5 album deal, I'd be like, 5 albums.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you one really good one, because the first one I give you is going to be the one where I'm like, we've got the trust for each other and we're seeing what we're doing. I'm going to give you that. If that doesn't do what it's supposed to do, I'm going to give you 4 fucking duds, innit? I'm just going to give you like, I'm going to give you 4 visions. And I'm not saying vision's a dud, but I'm saying vision for me is something I can do really easily, because it's like, it's me, it's a banging beat. You can always get banging beats and some banging features and having fun. I'm going to give you some fun, but you're not going to get fucking heart and soul. You know what I mean? I'm not going to tell you about my family life and shit, because I'm like, or give you some real substance, because to me, I'm like, nah, I'm trying to save that for when I feel like something's really going to get the proper push. But yeah, 24 albums.
Think like with the when I offered the 5 album one, I was like, don't know about this. But then it just depends. And like, and if you can get your lawyer to look at it, and then like you said, they managed to get it renegotiated, that's all good. I mean, we were chatting to Austin Darbo, innit?
Yeah, man. Big up Austin.
And he was saying about what he looks for in an artist, and the way that trends are going and everything like that, and what they're looking for when they want to sign people, and how to get on what the Spotify thing is and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I guess like if you, I remember speaking to one guy years ago when certain people were just starting to get signed to subsidiary labels. Yeah. And they were getting, he was telling me they're all getting shit deals, like what you were saying.
Yeah.
They're all on really bad percentages and everything. I was like, that's crap. But then he was saying, well, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
They're not willing to give good money anymore. After MP3, that's just what it is. So I don't know. Maybe like some people are getting good ones, other people ain't, innit? But depending on the buzz you've got, I guess, then you're gonna get a better one, isn't it? Yeah.
I feel like a bigger Austin as well, actually. Austin was like the reason why my not my last, whenever I put out They Will All End in Tears, the reason that got 400,000 streams was pretty much just because of Austin. But yeah, I feel like the deals are shit, but that's the only deals that people can really get nowadays. So
it's the only deal. It's like some of the only deals that can actually be given as well. Like,
yeah.
And that's the point. Like if you see it, not to defend like the labels and stuff, but if you see it from the labels' point of view as well, they're going to go out of business quick time if they're giving massive advances and not locking down the master rights for a certain amount of time and stuff like that. There just won't be any labels left to do it. Now, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is a different matter.
This is what Austin was saying the other day. He was saying like what you're talking about. He's saying it's in a state of flux at the moment.
Yeah.
So now's the time to really get in on the Spotify thing and the streaming thing and get that popping as much as you can. Because a lot of the labels, they're just looking at who's popping. They're not doing artist development deals or anything like that. They haven't been doing it for years for rap music anyway.
I don't think to me as well, like I get why the labels do what they do. And someone was telling me that there's a big track that got signed recently that's on something like 22 million streams, whatever. And they signed that for £500. And it's just like, damn, like you signed that away for £500.
Yeah, but I mean, so the artist, before they got signed, did they have any buzz? Were they anyone or were they not really anyone?
They were getting buzz. So it's a similar deal with like what happened with Ramps with Barking.
So they signed it for $5 bills, but then after the 22 million streams, were they getting a cut of the streams or was it only $5 bills? That's cool then. That's all right.
They're getting a cut of the streams.
Yeah, that's fine then. I'd be cool with that because you're getting a cut of it anyway.
Yeah,
as long as you're getting a good cut.
But I think from my point of view, I would, if someone approached me with, say I put out a song and the song started doing well, and a label approached me and was like, yo, your song's doing well, about to hit, you've hit 1 million streams by yourself. We want to help you. We want to sign that song. We're going to give you 500 quid. I'd be like, fuck off, bro. What are you talking about?
But when they came to him, they probably showed him like what they can do to get more streams and shit like that. So then they'll make loads of money. And then he probably was like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, $5 bills, that's cool because I know I'm going to make loads later.
See, I couldn't.
But if they showed you on a business plan and showed you like,
I'll be like, well, if it's about to do really good business, then don't waste my time for £500. We're not having a conversation over £500. That's a couple of weeks shopping at Tesco. We're not doing deals for fucking bread. Like,
but see the other guy. What was his circumstances? If you're like,
he's a kid.
So if you're a teenager, you're living at home still, you ain't got bills, you ain't got this, that, or the rest of it. That 500 and then the split from the streams, that's more in your head. That's cool, isn't it? Whereas if you're someone like us who's got to pay mortgage, you're thinking, bruv, I need fucking more money. I need money now, innit? What the fuck? I got bills to pay. So then that would not be as enticing.
I would rather not even. I'd rather if in that case. Don't even show me the money. Don't even say nothing about the money. Say, listen, we're gonna come in, no money up front. Yeah, this is the money we're gonna put in. This is where you're gonna come out at. This is what the split's gonna be. I'm way more likely to listen to that.
Exactly. As long as it's an honest deal, as long as all the cards are on the table when it comes to that, take the 500 quid advance, like take the £250 advance. But if you know that the back end is tight, so if it does reach 100 million streams or whatever, then you're actually getting compensated for that rather than the figures being hidden from you. Like, because you'll recoup like on those kind of streams, and I know that the streams don't pay very much, but on those kind of streams, you can afford to take whatever advance and then get that recouped.
Yeah.
So the problem is there's just shit deals, and no one really knows what they're doing. Like if you have a track like Barking or something like that, which is fucking, like, who knew it was going to be such a big track? Like, really? So you go to whoever with that, they give you a £500 advance. These are the splits. You sign the deal, then you get compensated after, like, you get your 10 million streams or whatever, and that's fine. The problem comes in with everybody trying to fuck each other over.
And at the moment in the industry, because everything, it depends on this online thing. Oh, a tune suddenly goes viral, on TikTok or something like that. Then the labels jump in there. It's after it's already blown. So then that's the whole pattern now, isn't it? So they are going to go to all these just random guys who maybe it's their first tune that's done something like that. They've never had anything like that before. So then the label can therefore say, here's £5 and we split the money after. They're not going to be demanding big money because they've never been in that position before.
No, never been in that position. They might not have the capital to offer like a fucking 10 grand advance up front. They might, that's what might be the case. Like, because there's so many, like, I don't know, independent little labels that don't have that kind of liquidity on hand to be able to hand out massive advances. And especially in this new age of stuff where stuff's just popping off right, left and center. And that could be their first big hit. So they just haven't got the money in the bank to offer that in the first place. Like that 500 quid is a show of faith to say, look, we're with you. Here's 500 quid just as a down payment. And here's the deal that we offer. If it doesn't pop, then it's all good. If it does, then we're all fucking quids in. And that's all it has to be. I mean, my first deal, I got like 200 quid or something for a single. Like, I didn't think it was going to do shit. And it didn't. Like, the first one didn't. But, like, it went down really well. And they offered us a 2-album deal off the back of it. And
I got £1,000. I think I got £1,000 for an album.
Yeah, I think we got 400 quid between us for our first single as an advance. Yeah. And then the next one, I think it was like 700 quid. The next one after that. And then the album, when the album came around, I think our first album, we got like 1,500 quid. Our second album, which actually didn't do that well, we got a lot more than that. And our publishing deal was like 10 times that. So like it's one of those things where you don't just go into a situation and you hand them a tune like Barking and everybody thinks that it's going to be fucking 10 million or 100 million streams deep or whatever. And someone goes, right, here's 20 grand, 500 quid. Yeah, cool. Take that. Then everybody gets rich off the splits. As long as those splits are good.
I think there's a difference between taking a song that doesn't exist and saying, here's some money for that doesn't exist, and you're making it and then you give it to them. So recently I did a little EP deal, and the advance for that was $2,500. But to me, that's like, it's money for nothing, because it's like, you're giving me there's nothing that I've got that you're going, oh, that's going to be that. It's literally, here's some money to make something. To me, I never have a problem with that. I'm just like, all right, cool, because it doesn't, you're not taking anything away from me. I'm literally, you're giving me money to go and make something, to give you 5 tracks or whatever, 4 tracks. Cool. To me, that transaction makes way more sense than if they said, oh, we just seen right, Vision is out now, yeah, boom, go get that. If they see the album and go, yeah, listen, man, we see your album doing well, we're gonna give you fucking 10 grand for that, I'd be like, hell no, are you mad? You're not, you can't buy into that project for that low, because I know what it's going to do in the future. And also, even if it doesn't do that, which I can't see how it wouldn't, but like, it's mine, innit? Like, for me to give something away that I've already made and put my heart and soul into, you need to.
But if they said to you, Yeah, we'll give you this money for it, and then we're gonna get it on all of these the biggest playlists on Spotify and all this bullshit, because we know all the people that do it and all that crap. Then what?
Again, it's like I'm still in two minds, because for what it is, all that kind of stuff, I understand what happens when the PR and the label and the machine get involved. I never take that to mean real engagement. So to me, it's something I'm very big on. Like, you can never take what you didn't give me, which is why I don't really take a lot of things from people. Because I would hate to be in a position where they give me something and then the next deal they go, "Oh, we're not doing that," and then I got to start from scratch. I always want to be in a position where I know where scratch is, I know where the bottom is. So the reason why I do the things the way I do what I do is because I know what the bottom looks like. So it's kind of like, I know what real engagement is. The playlists are wicked. The playlists are cool. They're really good, but they don't mean more than real engagement, because real engagement is longevity. That's what keeps you through forever. So when I'm in 10 years' time, I can still be in a position where I'm still making money, or I'm still getting equity from these projects that I put out there, because
that's what the PR machine is supposed to do.
But it doesn't. I mean,
some of it, sometimes it does. A lot of times it doesn't. Like, because what needs to happen is a consistent amount of like kind of fairly big time PR or just being in front of people's faces for that to actually work. Like, there has to be a sustained amount of time where someone's seeing you and you're getting into their like kind of psyche. It's like, it's supposed to be like 5 to 10 times that people like hear you, see you, whatever.
It's up now to 16, man.
What's that?
It's up now to 16.
There you go. So, yeah.
Probably
there you go. So
that,
16. So like getting in front of people those 16 times, and then off the back of that, you may have got in front of 1 million people. If you can draw 50 people out of that to be your long-term fans, then that's worth so much more. But that's the thing, like you were saying about like your current album, it's already out there. You know what it's worth. That is why we got such a like an incrementally like bigger deal on our second album than we did on the first one. That's why our publishing deal was like over twice what it was for the second album was it was for the first one, because they know already that product is out there, that you're out there and you're getting that. So if you can draw off those PR campaigns and get those radio plays, and that's trackable and all that kind of stuff, that's only going to send and that's the point of PR, really. Like, like you might make a few quid off Spotify plays and whatever, but the likelihood is you would have spent that money to get on the fucking like beforehand. You would have speculated that money to get on the Spotify playlist. The thing is, if you can draw some of that out and get in front of people as many times as possible and start to draw a fan base out of that, or attention out of that, or like some kind of sales out of that, then the next thing you drop, people are going to take it more seriously. And
to me, that's the trade-off. Like the trade-off of saying, we're going to put you in these places, but you're going to be losing some control, and also you're going to be in a position where it's never going to be the same again. We're going to talk about Jedward in a minute, because you brought up Jedward. So Jedward are a really good example, actually.
What was going on with Jedward then?
Jedward are on smoke, man. You know what's really mad? The other day, so I saw Jedward tweet something crazy, and I retweeted it like, what? Are these men on smoke? Like, what's going on with Jedward? Like, who hacked their account? They DM me, I was like, nah, this is us, man. Like they DM me on some, nah, man, like we're on this shit. I was like, and someone was like, nah, you gotta go check Jedward's tweets. Like,
they're on some Black Lives Matter stuff.
They're on some fucking Malcolm X shit. Like,
really? All right.
They're like on some Nat Turner shit. Like, they don't give a fuck.
They're going in on Simon Cowell and everyone.
Yeah, really? They were going in on the record deals and all that kind of shit. This is a really good example. So Jedward, at the time, had the whole machine behind them, So you got the machine behind you, and they were selling crazy. You know, at this point in time, Kalashnikov does more streams than Jedward, right? So that tells you something. It tells you that it ain't the same as it used to be, right? It's all gone down because they haven't got the machine behind them. So for me, I'm like, if I'm ever going to be put in that position where I don't have the machine behind me anymore, and it's going to be detrimental to me as an artist, you have to pay for that. Like, I have to be compensated so that, when I take the hit, I got the money in the bank, so I don't care. And there's a lot of guys who did that really well. You look at what's that guy Bradley from S Club 7? Like they got fucked over, but he managed to save enough money so that he could build his studio and all that kind of stuff and put things in place so that he's good. And to me, that's all it ever is. It's like.
So what does he runs a studio as a business or for
business.
Other artists? Okay,
For other artists as well, like a pretty big studio. I don't know if this is. I was there time ago, man. I was at the studio and I went through walking through and I see him. I'm like, oh shit, that's Bradley.
Which one was Bradley?
That's the black guy.
Okay, yeah.
But look at your mate Ross.
Yeah, right? He was safe. I actually met him.
Yeah.
At Wembley, he was cool.
Look at your mate's Bros, Jen. Right,
Yeah.
like they had the machine behind them. They probably got royally fucked over. They probably got like absolutely rinsed. But the reason that they like that they've still got a crowd now, they're still relevant now, is because of that fan base they built up because of that, like the machine being behind them and they're being pushed out in front of everybody. That means they're going to have a career for the rest of their lives.
Okay, but there's a caveat to that. So they did, they do arena tours and stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
But see, Matt's a real smart businessman. So they're not doing it with a label. He does that. He does that.
Yeah, 100%.
He does it independently. But what he does is
the reason they're doing that now, the reason they're able to do that now, is they haven't released a tune in fucking 30 years.
Yeah.
Like the reason they can do that now is because they did that then. And the thing is, if you've got the machine behind you at some point, I'm not saying that it's a must-have, but that's the difference. Like, there's all of these amazing artists out there that we all know because we've got our fingers on the pulse of things that are going on that the mainstream don't necessarily. But look at an Exhibit, right?
Yeah.
Look at Exhibit. He's a perfect example, right? He had the machine behind him, he had MTV behind him, all that kind of stuff. Not even close to being the best artist in the world. Like, but he's still doing shit now. Like, it's not necessarily in music. Like, he's got his new weed line, 1 million followers on Instagram, blah blah blah.
Sure.
He's got a die-hard fan base that love him. And who gives a fuck about an Exhibit record? But it's one of those things that if you had, or look at I don't know who's comparable. Look at Evidence from Dilated People or something like that. Like I still love his music. He still makes amazing music. Never had the machine behind him, and isn't nearly at the level of say an Exhibit. And they're both from the same like kind of the same school of hip hop, same era, the same place and stuff like that. So if you have that machine behind you, and I'm not saying it works all the time, you've got to like kind of be able to attract those people so they'll stay your fan base forever. But it's not always the worst thing in the world to have that machine and then that machine leave you, because what it should leave you with is a fan base and a dedicated fan base. Yeah,
it should do, but I just feel like most times
depends on your personality as well. Depends on your personality.
Depends if the music you made was utter shit as well. Like
but see, like with Exhibit, he's got a really good, like very open, warm personality, and that's what when he was on Pimp My Ride and whatnot. Yeah, that's what made a lot of people love him. People who hadn't even heard his albums. Yeah. So then that's works to his advantage as well. So if you're one of them kind of people, that will work to your advantage, and you can have that career afterwards, and all of the the stuff on the followers on Instagram and everything, just from all of those things. Yeah. So if you're one of those artists who's like not like him, sociable and all that, that can be to your detriment as well, even if you've had the machine behind you. Like I don't know, if you look at Vanilla Ice, but I know he's not really doing music now. He's more doing the
people still fucking love him though.
No, yeah, but like he's now doing that. He's a builder now, isn't it? He builds all these houses and stuff, doesn't he? And does
he's
interior
doing some kind of
design.
He's doing some kind of TV show around. Isn't it?
But for a while he was in the wilderness where he was doing really small shows. He wasn't like Bros, what Jen was saying. Like you'd think he could do like the fucking
Wembley Stadium.
Because of how big he was. But it went really small. So, it's weird, isn't it?
That's the shit I don't like. The fact that the machine is most of it. And this is like a really, we're reeling off examples here, yeah? But there's an artist.
It's even in the underground music. It's
cool. So listen.
Yeah.
Michael Payne, is one of my favorite artists. Fucking the guy is cold as fuck. And again, not a big machine behind him, but he's had like labels behind him push certain things. Yeah. And I was like, right, I ain't heard of him for time. And let me check. And he kind of deleted all these socials and stuff. But he put out a track last year, and I checked out on YouTube. Almost like very little views, like my kind of numbers. I'm like, why is that? Why isn't the fans? Why doesn't it move over? And because that's the thing, man. It's like there's so much noise out here. Yeah, you don't have marketing behind you.
You get lost in it.
It's hard to be heard.
Yeah.
And to me, the marketing stuff is like it's not sustainable.
That's why see me, yeah. Like I'm like a for the artists I like, yeah. I'm like a God's gift to them, because I'll just keep listening to their shit and I won't listen to any of this stuff that is promoted to me.
Like, but the difference is though, you're only listening to it on CD, so it's not, you're not really helping.
No, I'm listening on Spotify. I've got Spotify now, innit? I listen to Spotify.
But you got a premium account, but we've got a premium account.
No, of course not.
That's what I'm saying.
If it's available,
get paid off the advert.
You listen to like 4 songs and get advert and shit.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. They get paid off the adverts.
It's available on CD.
What's a non-premium
footage? And then he's getting it.
What's a non-premium stream worth? Like, what is that? Like,
I don't know. Fuck no, isn't it? I haven't got a fucking clue. But they're still getting money somehow, innit? But yeah, like I'm like I'm the kind of fan they want, because all of this popular shit that gets pushed at me by the machine, I don't take any notice of it. I just see holes through everything, innit? I only like what I like. So like, even when these rappers who everyone jumps on their dick and says, oh, this guy's fucking amazing, I'll just be like, yeah, not really doing it for me. And I'll just go listen to what I want to listen to. And so I'll be loyal to the artists I like, innit? Like, you know me, innit? If I like, I've been driving Rover 75s now for fucking how many years, innit? I've got like 3 of them fucking.
They need to give you the fucking, I mean,
lifetime achievement award.
Give you a sponsorship.
That's what I'm saying. When I like what I like, that's me, innit? I'm sorted. So,
but the thing is, as well, I think we're ignoring the fact that like some artists who are promoted don't make timeless music. Some artists that do make timeless music. Make music that transcends like a kind of any kind of current hype that's out there at the moment. The stuff that's on a current hype, it can have a machine behind it. It can be in your face. You'll love it for that month, and then 2 weeks later, you completely fucking forget about it.
That's exactly. I hate.
Yeah. But even like with
music.
That's like with
something's timeless. If something's like not timeless, but if something has longevity to it, it's going to keep the crowd. Like AC's talking about, he's got CDs from 1993. Like he's kept them because he likes them. Yeah,
but it's like there's
services.
There's artists who in the dance music especially, tunes are coming out just left, right, and center.
All the time.
Now, like the longevity of a tune, maximum longevity of a tune, could be like a few weeks, because it's a lot of stuff is just coming out, so much stuff, and all the DJs want to have all the latest dubs and
unless it hits.
And so like, but then even in like the underground music scenes and all that, you've got like the machine there where they'll take someone and they just push them, and because there's no other real machines there apart from a couple of machines, that artist will just dominate everything now.
Yeah. But the thing is,
and then you get all the artists who's slogging on the underground. They're like, wait, what the fuck? What's going on here? What the fuck is this? Like, so they all start getting angry.
See, this is a subject that I know quite a lot about, right? Because it's somewhat similar to hip hop as well, but like with dance music, like electronic music and stuff like that, more often than not, these tracks, like take Fisher, I'm Losing It, right? You know it if you hear it. I'm losing it, but then like it's been knocking about for like 3 years. It is the perfect house tune, right? When that came out, got a few plays, was on a little label, Ministry of Sound signed it. It got massive, got on every single compilation. Every DJ in the world was playing a version of it, and it will be around for the next 20, 30 years. It's going to be in all the throwback sets and stuff like that. So you get tunes like that actually have real life longevity to them. Like, but the problem is there's just so much shit out there that I don't think there's any less of them than there used to be. There's just a lot more of the other shit like piled on top of it. So everybody has this idea that there's no good music around anymore, or nothing has longevity, or there's just too much stuff out there.
Yeah, you just got to dig. You got to dig for it, innit?
You got to dig around. But more often than not, the artist has to take agency for this kind of stuff as well. Like you could be around for 20 years and making tunes and making music and never get your break. It's because you weren't fucking good enough to get that break. You weren't able to compete on a level
but as
what you're on now.
As well, like now in the pop music, a lot of like image was always very important. Now image has become very important in underground music, whereas it didn't used to be. So now what you've got is like you'll get these in like you get these people signing up people who look pretty or whatever and pushing them as the new next big DJ. Then they get ghost producers to produce their whole albums and singles and shit, and then that's them, innit? And this is in underground music. So then they get like they get to do sets in the main arena from straight away, even though no one's really heard of them. Who the fuck is this person? And then they just get pushed. Then you get a big fan base anyway because people jump on it, and then they're cool, innit? So then even if the machine goes for them in one thing, they're cemented now, they can carry on. Unless they do something mad to fuck up and get cancelled, they're there forever now.
Look at Pendulum, right? You know Pendulum, big massive drum and bass producers, right? They came out, bunch of Australian lads, like all wearing baggy jeans and Echo t-shirts and like just drum, like early 2000s drum and bass guys, caps and stuff like that. They made some fucking amazing banging tunes, did amazing DJ sets, got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, built up a really big because they were making amazing music, built up a really big fan base, then got signed, made an insanely massive album, changed their image. They all became like kind of rockers and became a punk band and like kind of almost transformed into the Prodigy, and their image became an actual thing. And then went on to produce like fucking Rihanna and all that kind of stuff. As soon as they stopped, any one of them could have gone back to their underground roots because they were absolutely loved and they built up a humongous, great big following on the underground. So whatever you kind of do, you just have to make sure that you're creating a fan base at the same time. If you're not creating a fan base, right, you've got to ask yourself, are you actually good enough to create a fan base?
But what I've observed, is fan bases get created by the machine, even if the person's not good enough. There's tactics, psychological tactics they use.
But that's the thing, that doesn't last. That's what I'm saying about the hype stuff.
It depends. It depends what the mood is, the mood of the time. If like if I was what I would do, right now, if I was one of these cynical fucking horrible people that do this,
you're definitely cynical, but I'm not horrible.
I would sign up, if I was one of them like people, I would sign up a girl, I would be like, okay, BLM's getting a lot of attention, right? She's got to be black, but then I'd be like, okay, if I'm talking about like how these people think, then I'll say, okay, I've got to make her a bit safe, so light skin, give her a sob story, like say she used to be homeless or some shit like that or whatever. Then like
so dark.
Make her get her some tattoos and shit like that. We'll start her DJing. Don't worry if she can't DJ. We'll just get pre-recorded sets. Just get her to pretend. Just teach her how to pretend. Then
I can do that. I do that all the time for people, to be honest.
Then what I do is like get her on like all these big things. And if she clangs it up and fucks up or anything, and anyone criticizes her, we'll just say they're sexist and they're racist, and maybe she's a lesbian, so then we'll say they're anti-lesbian, and then boom, we've got a fan base who are going to come to her rescue, and as long as the time keeps going like this, we can make money out of her. And it's the same as in like it's the same.
No more Zuby for you.
No. But I'm saying no. Wait. I was just get to that. Then. Like if I wanted to make money out of the other side of people, I would sign Zuby, because boom, like I'd get him to say loads of right-wing mad shit, right? And all the Republicans and all the conservatives are marketing to them.
Me and Jem were having an off-microphone conversation yesterday.
Yeah.
And we actually said, or the day before yesterday or whatever it was, Both of us said, how does this guy keep coming into our lives? How does this guy?
He's there now. Like Zuby's found his lane, man. He found the right wing lane that served him. You know, he's smashing it. He's making serious dough out of these people, man. So, you know, you've got two lanes there. Like the one I done for the girl, that's what's currently being done in a lot of underground music. Yeah. And then I get some producers like what I do is I get like some really hard grafting up and coming producer who's desperate to make it. I treat him like a slave, get him in the studio, produce all her tracks for her. She does fuck all, but just take selfies of her in the studio and that. Then I put the tunes out. I won't credit him. When he's trying to phone me up saying what's going on with the stream money and all that, I just long him off. Just not even pick the phone up or anything.
This all seems like you've given this quite a lot of thought.
It's just what I've observed that goes on. I've observed this going on. So this is how these people operate. Yeah. So I'm letting people know, innit? When you're coming in the industry, do you know what I mean? That's how it goes. So, but the up and coming DJs at fault for letting themselves get pimped like that. Yeah, as well. I know you're desperate to make it, but don't worry about it. Just don't let these people pimp you. Yeah. For the sake of this girl or whatever, just to make her big or whatever. But then, you know, that's how it goes. This is how it's been going for a long time, and it's a formula that's being repeated. If you just observe dance music, you'll see this formula being repeated all over the place. And
that has been a PSA from ACMC.
What's PSA? What's that mean?
Public service announcement.
Oh, okay, yeah. So see through like it's just you just got to not believe the hype, man. Like that tune is still relevant. Public Enemy is still relevant. Just don't believe it. It's all bullshit.
But that's what I'm saying. Like as soon as you take the hype away from stuff, like you have to see the substance behind the hype. If there's no substance behind the hype, it's not going to last.
But some of them can learn. Some of these people, when they get given these breaks, they'll take it and then they'll learn on the job and then they'll become a good artist. But the problem, they'll always have detractors now because they were fast tracked and they got given everything to them on a plate. So it you know, like I had one of those artists say to me, "Oh, people are cussing me and they're saying I can't mix and da 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 da." And I said to them, "Well, I've never heard you mix, yeah. So I don't know if you can or if you can't, yeah. But you can't expect these people who are making quality tunes that are getting played by all the big DJs in the clubs, but then they won't get given a set. Yeah, they're not getting given a set. They won't get a room 2 set. They're not even given nothing. They just get their tunes took off them, treated like a beg friend, and you know, get treated like a cunt for about 20 years, and then they get somewhere. But you have come in 2 months. You've got a main room set at one of the hardest raves to get sets at in the country with one of the biggest MCs in the game, and that's just what's going to happen. People are going to be, this person doesn't deserve it, what the fuck is going on, we're not pop music, blah blah blah. That's what's going to happen. But then, like, if they've got that good attitude, then they'll learn on the job and then become a good artist. But they're always going to have that thing tarnishing,
that stigma attached to it.
Yeah, this is
this is the thing. You talk about the hype here.
Yeah.
I'm always, as an artist, I'm always trying to get away from the hype. I'm always trying to not be I don't want the hype. And I had this, there's a guy who runs this PR company. And we had a conversation about a year ago, maybe longer, actually, probably about 2 years ago now. And he was like, "Oh, what's your plan?" And I was like, "I'm just trying to get smaller. Like, I want everything to just be, I want to know what my numbers are." Because this was when I was kind of still on the playlist, so the playlists are skewing my numbers, and I'm like, I just want to know like what I can do by myself. He's like, "Nah, man, forget that, man. You gotta go big, And it's like nobody could understand what I'm trying to say. I'm like, yeah, I understand that, and I could be a bigger artist if I go down these paths. But all I really want to know, I want to know who really fucks with me for me. Like, who are the real fans? Who are the people who really are gonna buy the merch, buy the albums, and come to the shows? Because I feel like that's where my longevity, that's where it is.
That's exactly where the longevity is. That's where the longevity is for everybody, and everybody will like.
Is that a candle you got in the background?
That.
Yeah,
bruv, watch that. It looks like it's gonna set your curtains on fire.
I ain't got no curtains, man.
What the fuck is that? Is that a blind?
There's no blind.
You got a blind on the window?
Nah.
Oh, so the window just gone dark.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I thought you had a blind on there. The finger's about to set it on fire.
Nah, man. My candle's good. It's good. But yeah, I think it's just that thing, man. I think as artists, like people don't always get it, and this is the kind of point I'm making. Yeah, is I'm looked at as a small artist. These guys are looked at as big artists because they got the bigger numbers, but the real
just
numbers
they got the
that really
machine,
matter.
innit?
Yeah, it's like that's all you got. You just have the machines there for you. But when it comes down to like what you're taking away with it,
yeah,
bro, I'm catching. I'm on
but
the same path as you.
but then, yeah, you get accused of being bitter by saying that, which is insane because most people are, you know, like they get sucked into the hype. They become like a sheep or whatever, and they just buy into all the hype and they believe all this shit just because someone's got big numbers because they've been nepotism has helped them or whatever.
Yeah, it helped me before. But that's the thing. It's like I can never be bitter about it because I'm just I don't want it. I've had people offer me, yo, I can get you onto this playlist. I'm like, nah, don't, please don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, because all I want to know what my numbers are, man. I want to know what I can walk away with. I want to know what happens if Spotify shuts down tomorrow.
Yeah. I hear you. Like me, I would like be if like they can give me a load of money that I can pay my mortgage off quick. Boom, I do.
Then it's again, that's the compensation though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why this is why I have this conversation. Every time I've gone into a meeting with a label, I've always given them the same number. Sorry, hiccups. My number is always $250,000. And most of them look at me like, you're fucking nuts, mate. Like, we just gave the biggest artist 30 grand and you're asking for $250,000. Are you out your fucking mind? And it's like, yeah, I am out of my mind a little bit, but also what it is because to me, that's the number that I can then not have to do anything. I don't need to do music anymore because then I can just use my other businesses to do what they're doing. I can still do music for fun. I won't have to worry about it paying any money, but the $250,000 is gonna pay off. It's gonna pay off mortgage and set up all the other things that I need. So I won't need to worry about, oh man, is my career taking off or not? I literally won't care. I'll be good. So again, that's the trade-off. That's the compensation. So when
when you're gonna make your Ragamuffin album just for me.
Yeah, 100%. Like I'm good in it because then it's like, cool, we can do whatever the fuck we want. Like it doesn't none of it matters because it's like now I'm set. I don't have to worry about anything. And that number is literally the lowest end of now I'm set for life. That's the lowest end that it can possibly be. So again, these little deals, even on the high end where it's like 50 grand for your album, is just like, nah, bruv, I'm not taking that because I feel like on a normal year, that's me by myself. So I don't need you for that. Like we're not doing that, man. We getting our shows, our merch, all that shit. Like, nah, man, we did that 2019, 2020.
So you see, like what was it Jedward was saying in their tweet when they're saying we heard about the stories from Hollywood or whatever, or LA or something, where the artists are getting the overdoses are faked or whatever. They're actually giving them the drugs and leave them in a bath or whatever, then call the emergency services.
Oh, they're going down that one, are they?
Yeah, they gone in, man.
They're going on some conspiracy theory shit on everything.
Yeah, they've gone in and they're saying like I've seen it from my point of view of involvement with a semi-mainstream label. I've seen the way that they try and control the artists, what they wear and all this kind of shit. I've seen that with my own eyes. So when it gets to like big budget shit, I can believe what Jedward are saying. And I've seen other, I've been on tours where it was like artists on a major, and what kind of fuck was going on with the tour managers getting them drugs and all this kind of shit, and then selling the story to the newspaper and whatnot.
Yep.
So, I think that, Jedward it's very valuable what they're doing, because there's kids out there who, like, even like kids I'm teaching and that at the college and whatnot, they want to get into that world. They want to go and do X Factor. They want to go and do these things. And now that these guys are blowing it out of the water, so it's kind of like it is like a PSA in itself, isn't it? Public, they're really helping these kids. So I'm glad they're doing it.
I've seen a UK manager of an artist manager who was also someone who worked in PR journalism,
Mm-hmm.
faked an accident, and then got all the papers, all the publications to basically run this story. And every single story was written the same way. So basically they wrote the story, sent it in. It went to the Sun, the Mirror, Daily Mail, like all of them in syndication, all of them, and was basically just bigging up this artist's name and just pushing this artist to a new level. And it's mad as well because the artist wasn't even someone who like you would have known. It was somebody who the average person would not know. So they would never make the papers. Like it probably at the time, they were like about as big as I am. So imagine me, having whatever happened, some sort of accident, something happened to me, it's never making the papers because no one knows who the fuck I am. But, and how weird would it be to then see me on every single publication over something that isn't really that, like, it's not like a life and death thing. It was kind of like an accident.
Yeah.
And you're going, that doesn't make no sense. But if you knew the person, you're like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing. And then you're like, rah, so the story's probably fake as well. Like, it's some weird shit. So to
like
me,
go on, say it.
To me, that's not far-fetched at all. We're seeing what they would be doing.
Yeah. Even I've seen people do it on a smaller level where they'll talk to themselves and the Facebook comments starting beef with themselves, innit? And a fake profile. Or they'll do it with on YouTube, they'll start a beef. They'll have people like from other accounts coming.
I need to do that shit. I've got bare accounts.
Start arguing.
Why the fuck do I think of that?
Or they'll start fake beefs with other artists, all kinds of shit like that. But even actually going back to what I was saying about who I would sign as DJ, I would actually, no, it wouldn't be a mixed race girl. It would be a white girl. I'd make most money out of the white girl. Yeah. It would be the white girl. That's who. Yeah.
Do you know we're talking about taking clips for the show to put on Instagram? That's the clip right there.
That's the clip, innit?
That's
the clip for this week.
Right there.
That made me sound like a pimp, man.
AC becomes a pimp. Oh my days, man. Fuck it, hell.
That's the clip.
Yeah,
and that's going on, but that's why I believe what Jedward's saying, even like about the overdose and shit and all that. I think that, but even
the overdose stuff, that's like that's a trope, isn't it? Like that's been knocking around for years. Like that's not something that's like new news. And the thing, once you get like a big celeb that's talking that kind of stuff that has never really talked that kind of stuff before, or not even a big celeb, anyone really, that it's like kind of new news to them. Like this is something that they've just found out. They're going to be super vocal about it. And they're going to kind of find their way through like the conspiracy stuff and maybe what's real. Like kind of there's, I don't know, like I've literally just been reading through their timeline now, and they're on the right trajectory for sure. Like they just got blocked by Piers Morgan, and anybody does it. It's my dream of mine to get blocked by Piers Morgan or Lawrence Fox.
Yeah, because they got in on Piers, didn't they? They said, how's Simon Cowell going to get Piers to be a judge on X Factor?
So it feels like they've just found out about a lot of this stuff. I don't follow them, so I don't. They may.
You know what it feels like is they just got out of their NDA.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's probably
the time ran out on it or something, and now they're just like, fuck it. Let's go.
Yeah.
So,
it's crazy, man. Like when
he is saying though that he did say, the lawyers are gonna come for us and rare. I
just read that. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe they're not out of it. Maybe he just said, you know what, I can't take this anymore. Fuck it. I'm just gonna speak the truth. Yeah. So that's why I rate him. Shit. I rate him, proper rating for doing that, man.
There's two of them.
Yeah, but whichever one is on the Twitter doing it. So
yeah, 100%. I know they've been technically on the right side of history with a lot of stuff like over the years, because I remember seeing people like retweeting them about whatever, about Black Lives Matter, about loads of different bits and pieces.
Well, you've been a fan for time. You got the picture behind you in it of them, so.
No, it's Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted in the Wu-Tang.
Every week we're gonna say somebody else.
There could be a picture of Jedward behind AC, and no one would ever fucking know, would they?
They could be in the fucking room with him.
It's probably like There's probably signed pictures of them that AC got like hung around outside the fucking ITV studio going, "Shot that!" like that. So we could go shot them. Like that.
I'm very polite, man. I don't know what this shouting thing's all about. I'm very polite, man. I'm very polite with you.
I feel like Jedward would have bought a CD.
Yeah,
probably.
definitely. Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? Who knows, man?
Maybe you met him and you sold them one, and that's what's put them on this course to righteousness.
Yeah, maybe.
Fuck this pop shit.
They listened to Human Trash and they thought, yeah, man. Or they listened to Euthanasia. Or maybe I sold them Fuck the Playlist, Jen and Answer CD, and that, you know. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's what they were on. That's the shit they were on.
So what about the little Nas X? He's sending all the right wingers into an absolute flipping mad one, yeah.
Not just
Ben
the right
Shapiro.
wingers, everybody.
See, everybody. Just the
Well,
right wing.
yeah, but the thing is, yeah, like
Any
so
religious conservative
is the right winger in their brain, isn't it?
No, not really.
I know a lot of
conservatives aren't
lefties that
right-wingers.
are Christians and shit.
Yeah. I know plenty. I know people who are on the right side of some stuff, but are still like very dogmatic about their beliefs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because Jesus was kind of socialist, isn't it?
I've seen plenty of people. Well, no, just religion. Like I've seen plenty of people who I respect talking devil stuff, like in Satan stuff and going to hell and protecting your eternal soul and stuff like that over the last few weeks.
What about Little Nas X or just
about Little Nas X? Yeah,
I think. Let me just my stance. On our last podcast, we spoke about how I grew up in church.
Yeah.
But I don't believe in anything like that. So to me, it's comical that people even believe in the devil.
Yeah, same here.
Like, well,
Have you seen this channel called Renegade Cut on YouTube?
Nah.
You guys would like that. He actually goes in to this topic about Little Nas X, yeah, and he researches the devil, where Satan comes from in scripture and all that, and how it's a mistranslation of the original Hebrew. He's just the accuser, and he was never like a devil or something.
Well,
even
the devil,
the book of Job,
Judaism doesn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So when they put it in Christianity, he's shown how they've kind of created him after the fact, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he's like, if these people really knew their religion, they wouldn't even be pissed at Little Nas X for what they're getting pissed at him for.
I mean, because
even me, I'm like, well, shouldn't you like what Little Nas X did? Because he killed Satan in the fucking video.
Well, if your belief is that strong, why even care what he's doing? Let him go to hell. If that's him, let him go to hell.
Yeah.
But
these people are all fighting for their gods. I'm like, do you know what? Let me break something down to you. When I was younger, there was a guy. I'm not going to mention his name. He had beef with somebody, and I'm not going to go into it actually because we're not doing a violence thing. All I'm saying is, I didn't have to back him up. Like, he was a tough guy. He could deal with it himself. He didn't need me to fight his battles. If you believe in a God that's all powerful, the last thing you need to do is defend that person.
Yeah. So it honestly blows my mind that there's. I'm into religious freedom. Like, it doesn't like whatever you want to believe in, it doesn't matter to me. More power to you. But I can't believe that there's people around that still believe in hell and the devil.
Like what was it? The satanic panic. They were saying it's like in the 80s and that. When they saying Prince was doing that devil shit,
Michael Jackson, everyone's got it.
The rock bands, the hair bands, isn't it? Hair metal.
Yeah, the ones that actually were the Eagles, who were like, they had the America's Leading Satanist on the back of their album.
Oh yeah.
Hotel California is about going to hell.
Okay.
About going on holiday in hell.
Oh,
no one ever fucking challenged them.
Of course not.
And did they have a good time in hell?
Yeah, they had a great time. Listen to the tune.
It's a good song.
Okay,
I was playing it every day.
So they weren't getting roasted or anything like that.
Because you know what it is?
I can't
it's
remember
like,
if I'm honest.
It's the hypocrisy of it all, man. None of it's real. It's like, if you really believed in this shit, you would act a different way. Like, you don't even believe in it as much as you say you do. The other day, so one of the things they were boycotting Nike, because they were like, oh, Nike are doing the devil.
They're not even a Nike shoe.
not even a fucking Nike shoe. So
no, it's a Nike shoe. There are Nike shoes. The company, the company bought them.
You ain't got to explain this shit to me. You have to explain.
The company bought them.
Who you explain it
to the people?
If you don't know, don't listen to my fucking podcast. If you don't know, Don't listen to my fucking podcast.
It's not an official Nike shoe.
So let's just leave that
so
there.
aggressive,
Don't explain nothing to people that don't know, innit? So it's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So then my thing is, people got upset about that. Yeah, they got upset about that. Then it came out recently that was it Nike? That Nike hadn't paid no taxes on some shit for like 2 years or some shit.
Raw.
No one gives a fuck about that. No one's like, exactly, crazy over that. The shit that actually really affects people, you do not give a fuck about. The stuff that really affects your life, you don't give a fuck about. The imaginary fucking red person with horns, that's what scares you because you're a fucking idiot. Like,
have you ever seen that film?
You deserve the fucking hell you're in.
Have you ever seen that film with Tom Cruise in it where he's an elf or something? What the fuck is that film?
Tom Cruise an elf?
Yeah, Ridley Scott film. And he goes and fights the devil. The devil comes out of the mirror. And no, it's Tom Cruise is human, I think. His girlfriend's an elf. I can't remember. Someone's an elf. Legend. Have you seen Legend?
Tom Cruise is in Legend.
Yeah, Legend. It's a crap film. Yeah. Right. I remember my sister got it from the video shop thinking it was going to be good, yeah, and we watched it, we were like, this is crap, yeah. But the devil in there, he was actually cool. The way they did him, he was sick. But yeah, what the fuck was that about? Anyway.
Fucking hell, I see.
I thought he looked better than Lil Nas X's devil. Lil Nas X's devil looked a bit too static. I thought he could have like...
So you watched the video then?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, I watched the video. I've watched the video like 3 times.
I didn't think the song was all that. The song didn't really do it for me. But I like Old Town Road better. I like the beat on that, the trap beat, and I preferred the Old Town Road one where the cowboy.
This is the other thing about people going, oh yeah, he's got most of his fan base is children and so on and so forth, and he's got more responsibility to. Have any of them actually listened to Old Town Road?
Yeah,
it's about doing drugs and fucking.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's just a joke, innit? But the thing is as well, like this is what I said to them, like. These parents who are like, oh, or these people like, oh, it's for kids. They're saying he's a kids rapper. Who the fuck is a kids?
No, he's not a kids rapper.
There ain't no kids rapper.
Okay, but
kids rapper.
And then he did go on stage when his song was popping. He was going on stage at schools and shit.
Yeah, but I bet he did a clean version.
Is this swearing in the other version?
Oh, in Old Town Road. No, but they're saying about lean and all that. I bet he didn't say that when he was performing to the school kids. So, no, I doubt it. I doubt he
on lean. And drink and having sex with someone that wasn't his girlfriend or boyfriend.
Yeah, I bet he didn't say that when he was performing to the kids. He probably cleaned it up. So that's the thing. Like, there's clean versions that go out there. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. Like, you can just play the kids the clean version. But if you're a parent and you don't want your kid, like on YouTube, I guarantee that video will be age restricted, isn't it?
It wasn't, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
Not when I was there.
But then at the same time, it's like this. What is wrong, with a kid seeing a gay person doing their thing? Like, there's not showing no penetration. There's nothing like that. So
it's no worse than the WAP video, and I'm not using that as a negative either.
Yeah, like but what is wrong with, like, okay, so the geezer is gay, and he slides down a pole, and then he does a pole dance on the devil or something, and then breaks his neck or whatever.
I mean, basically, there's no point in us trying to like kind of pick apart.
Yeah, what we're not idiots, so we're not gonna find.
There's no point in trying to like kind of pick apart what these people find offensive about it.
Yeah.
He's gay. He's lap dancing on the devil. That's all you need to know about it. And that's.
But then why should they find that offensive? Because the devil.
There's no point. But
the devil gets down.
You're not. You're not listening to what Terry's saying. You're trying to fucking rationalize.
Yeah, there's bullshit. No point in rationalizing it. There is no point in rationalizing
because they don't care.
Because I'm trying to help them.
Why are you trying? You're always trying to help these fucking cunts.
But what it is, like me and Terry got into this to save lives. That's what we used to do. When we used to sell our music, we used to tell people we're in this to save lives. We're trying to save.
Saving who though? Saving who? What
anyone. We're just
listen.
No one is listening.
If you're somebody, if you're someone who gets offended
the world,
if you're someone who gets offended by that, your life doesn't. Your life isn't worth saving, man.
Yeah, but we're here to save the world, man. That's what me and Terry were.
Is the world worth saving?
Yes.
Did you watch that Seaspiracy?
Nah, because I already don't eat fish anyway.
We call it conspiracy.
Exactly, yeah, they should have called it that. Yeah, but I don't even eat fish. I haven't eaten fish, since I saw the other one, Blackfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the geezer who made that was like...
Because you're racist.
No, the geezer who made it was about a fucking whale, man. The geezer who made it said, look, yeah, these fish are getting fucking eaten too much. There's not enough.
Yeah.
They're not getting a chance at it. We've got to stop eating fish to replenish this, to let them live, innit? So I was like, fuck it, I'm not eating fish anymore. So I haven't eaten fish for fucking years.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I mean? So I didn't need to watch this conspiracies.
I was going to say I don't eat fish, but then before lockdown, I was eating a lot of sushi and there's proof of that. So I can't even lie and say I wasn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think going forward, a plant-based. Actually, I don't want to say that, man, because Terry's gonna have a big smile on his fucking face.
No. You. I've
no, but it's true. It's true. Like
a plant-based diet.
I've never pushed that on anybody. You've
like
got
Hindus have said that for thousands of years, isn't it? So it's like people are just catching on late. But like even in the 70s, that's when my dad must have gone vegan. He used to eat meat and everything, but then he worked near a slaughterhouse. And he could hear the pigs screaming and everything. And then he said, no.
And he could hear Voice of 5'9" and Joel Ortiz like kind of practicing the bars.
But yeah, he could hear the pigs. He could hear the pigs screaming and all this. And he was like, nah. It was like, nah, this ain't. It's not about it. So then he turned vegan. I think he turned vegan late 70s or something. But even then, you had books coming out and saying about the plant-based diet can save the world because it will free up more fields of crops and all this, save people like starvation and all this kind of stuff. So, you know,
my mum was vegetarian until she turned Christian, which is weird.
Because I remember I was speaking to your cousin because he was saying that because God has put these animals lower than us so we can eat them.
He's that.
Your cousin, isn't it?
What cousin? Hit him up, man. Just a fucking idiot.
But brother, I don't know. He might not believe that now. This was in 2001, isn't it? This is my problem because I remember a lot of shit. Yeah. So I find it hard to view people in a different light when they change. So if I know someone from back in the day who was a crackhead who robbed all my mates, then I can't view them. I can't. I still got that in my brain now. And if I like. If like these artists,
there's a big difference between being a crackhead who robs everybody, to being like a little bit like kind of dogmatic about eating meat though.
But I'm not saying that's this is what I'm trying to do. Like there's like flipping. Who's the other one? There's a big a rapper who's now turned an actor. Yeah, and I remember from
Will
before.
Smith.
No. UK guy. UK guy. He
UK
guy. He done a few of my friends dirty.
Blackwood.
Nah. He done a few of my friends dirty. Yeah.
Wait, we talk about Screen?
No.
Oh, okay. All right,
Screen.
Cool.
I met Screen. He was cool, man. I know his
Screen.
brother booked us as well to go and do a show. His brother's cool. Yeah, his twin brother, isn't it?
I didn't even know that, man.
Yeah, that's just what I'm saying. It's mad. But anyway, so there's this rapper. And because people have told me he was a cunt and everything, then I just thought, the guy's a cunt. And now he's on Instagram and he's changed his ways. He's bigging everyone up left, right, and center and saying salute to all these people that are doing well. Obviously, he's changed, but I'm still suspicious. I'm still that's me, innit?
You're just seeing on Instagram. You don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. But that's the problem. Like I very rarely will believe people have changed from being a cunt.
Yeah.
So that's my problem. I'm trying to change that so I can.
But even if you do change that, I'll never believe that you changed.
No,
I'm taking what you.
Yeah,
for real. But usually I'm right anyway. So even though these people are saying they changed, they ain't fucking changed. So it's just like.
But the thing is, like, not to go too deep on it, I think it takes way too much energy not to trust people. Like, I think it takes a lot less energy just to trust people, and if they show that, but not to like kind of put them in a position where they can do anything to you.
100%.
Yeah. So so just let people do what they're going to do, but like it's almost to the point where if you put someone in a position that you trust to fuck me over, then if they fuck me over, it's my fault, really.
Yeah. That's why I never give up shit. Like,
but that's why I never like when these people have managed to pull one over on these other people, I was not involved because of my cynical beliefs. So I didn't get fucked over. But you know, that's one of the things there that cynicism can help you in certain
it can situations. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with being cynical for the right reasons.
Yeah, but then it can also negatively make you view things negatively that didn't deserve to be viewed negatively. And
like I say, if disliking someone or mistrusting someone takes more energy than just ignoring them, then
where's
the choice?
Right.
Where's the choice really? Like that's the thing. Like I see people all the time, like people that I knew from back in the day, like other artists that I've known, like whatever, like promoters that I've worked for, and blah blah blah, who have been shot. I've been shysty at times. Like I know that I have, and I'd like to think that I've changed, but I wouldn't expect anybody to put me in that same person to put me in the same position again to be shysty with them. And more often than not, like the shystiness has come through necessity or complete innocence of the situation. Like, but if someone is not affecting your life and you see them on Instagram doing whatever they're doing, like putting their show on, saying I've changed. It's not my responsibility to doubt them. Cool, do what you got to do. Like stuff like that. I just
that's like I remember my sister telling me that she was like racially abused by all of these people in school, and then when she was in her teenage years, she came back to this area, and she worked in a bar there, and all of these guys who racially abused her were now trying to chirp her. So she found that very weird, and she couldn't get past that when she saw them now.
I mean, everything about that is toxic though. Like it's not like they racially abused her and then saw her in the pub and said, "I'm really sorry. Like, do you want to?"
I don't think they even.
Friends?
I don't think they knew who she was.
Yeah.
I don't know if they recognized her.
But everything about that is like so you're being racist, but then you're chirping a person that you've been racist to. That all makes complete sense.
Yeah.
To me, that makes complete sense because, like, I don't know. I've heard from plenty of people about like Tommy Robinson, like DMing, like just creeping into the DMs of Black and Asian women,
right?
And like while he's been married and stuff like that. Like they're like racists are racist, but they don't see who they want to fuck. True. Outside of like kind of their friend group or something like that, they may not want to admit that they've got a fantasy for Black women or Asian women.
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not a racist or they're whatever.
Did you ever see that thing on this Channel 4? I don't know if it was Channel 4, it was BBC 2, I can't remember, but they did this special on these National Front skinheads in like 1980, and then they revisited them in like 90.
I bet at least two of them got Asian wives.
No, one of them, like, one of them went jail, and because they were really extreme. They used to have guns and everything. They were really extreme, like NF people in it. One of them went jail, and his cellmate was a Black guy, and then that broke him down from his radical beliefs. He said he still hated Asian people, but he broke down his hatred for Black people. And then, like, he said, maybe in 10 years, I won't mind Asian people either. Then there was like another one who said he'd fought to get people out, but he couldn't get them out. So now he's just going to be cool with them. And he goes to the Indian restaurant and he's happy. Yeah, he's polite. He goes to raves. He was going raving and that. He was like, yeah, I love this raving thing because it doesn't matter where you're from. Everyone just gets along.
That doesn't surprise me whatsoever.
And then there was this other one who was still listening to the Oi music and everything and still banging on about the fascist stuff. But then it came out he'd been cheating on his girlfriend with a Pakistani woman.
Yeah, of course.
And he went ballistic. Yeah, he could not admit it. He went mad, didn't it? So it was all like, it was like what you were saying. It was quite interesting. Like,
listen, man. You see how Terry said how it takes a lot of energy to distrust people. Yeah. It takes way more energy to be hateful to people.
Yeah, it does.
It's just like
it does
because it's like it's an irrational thing. And it doesn't make any sense. So for you to do something that's irrational doesn't make sense, and to put that much energy into it, you're taking away from your life. Like you're taking away. Like imagine being racist. Yeah, imagine how many countries you can't go to.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
for real. And even if you do go to the countries, you got to start treating people. You know what I mean? Like when I have problems with people, I don't like having issues with people. If I have beef with somebody, or I've got to be like, let's say I'm driving and someone cuts me off. And I'm like, oh, you fucking cunt, you mug, rare. And I'm just like, it just doesn't feel good. Like, even if you're like, it just doesn't feel good.
That's like people always go
see,
to
let me
me.
finish my fucking point.
All right, go.
Put your mic down, bro. Put your fucking mic down. When you're driving and someone like lets you go or something, and you're like, yeah, say, brother, thank you. Like that shit just feels good.
Yeah.
Someone said before, like the energy it takes to hate takes energy from you. Whereas love gives you energy. It's infinite. That shit is infinite. Like you're never gonna get tired of it. So these people that live those hateful lives, it takes a lot of energy just to be hateful. Like you just can't spread your wings and just live a full life. So a lot of times, man, when I see them people living like that, I'm just like, it's not that I feel sorry for you, because I don't feel sorry for you. I want you to feel that pain and the weight of that hatred on your life. I want it to crush your life. I want it to get to the point where you have kids and your son goes out with a black girl, or your daughter comes home with a black guy. Like, I want you to feel that pain and just to fuck your life up even more, because that's the only way it goes. And to me, that's the ultimate karma. Like, your shit is fucked up. You fucked up your own life, and you fucked it up. Like, it's that meme that Terry always puts up with his the stick in the bike.
My favorite one.
You fucked up your own life for no reason. For people who don't even give a fuck about you. When I go out in my life, I'm not thinking about, what are racists thinking? I don't give a fuck. Like,
no one cares. No one cares what you think. No.
Like,
that's like what people say.
Pop up on Facebook.
People say to me, like, when they're in the car with me, they're like, oh, how come you ain't beeping at this person or going mad or whatever? I'm just like, what's the point? They cut me up, they just drove off now. There's no fucking point, innit? Like, the only time I beep is if they're actually causing a danger and it could cause a crash, innit?
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's no point.
But Jen, when you said, like, imagine all the countries that you can't go to, these people still go to all these countries.
That's true.
Like, because the bottom line is, racism, in my opinion, comes from like a personality defect. Like, it comes from I don't know, you're socially awkward, you've got no friends, you've got no life really to speak of. But then you find like this thing with other people that kind of look like you and kind of think in the same way as you. So you become part of like a kind of, and I'm talking about like the BNP and like EDF and stuff like that. And then, but the thing is,
EDF, the power company.
Yeah, that's them. Yeah, the cunts, racist cunts. No, what they called EDL. Yeah. But then, like
PDF, the papers.
But you haven't actually got a real doctrine. You haven't actually got like a real. You're just hateful for the sake of being hateful, because it puts you in the middle of like this community. Like, and I think that's what goes wrong in a lot of these like kind of extremist communities. That it just attracts people that have fuck all else, that have absolutely nothing else into like the kind of arms of this racist, like fucking right wing BNP kind of way of thinking. But then there's always like that guy that still listens to oi music, like you were saying, AC. There's still that one like proper extreme guy. But most of the time, these people are just too fucking thick not to be racist.
Have you seen what they're doing in Marvel Comics at the moment with Red Skull?
No.
Yeah. So this is caused a big.
AC, come on, man.
What?
All right, go on. Fuck,
well, what's wrong with it?
Nah, just go and say it, innit?
Oh, so what they've done?
You got to talk about this fucking prick every fucking episode, but go on.
What prick?
Go on, man.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, so what Marvel have done? They got Ta-Nehisi Coates, that writer, to write Captain America. And what they've done, see how they've got Red Skull, and he's using social media to preach and get like men who feel like what you were saying, Terry. Not fitting in and everything. To then he's telling them, "Oh, you're this, you're that, you're amazing," and then turning them into his fascist kind of followers.
Yeah, exactly. That's what fascism is.
Yeah. So
that's exactly what it is.
So it's caused a big hubbub for people who like Jordan Peterson, because they're like,
you have to talk about it, man.
Yeah.
I said it.
I was gonna say Zuby,
I said it. I told you.
So yeah, no, because they're saying like Jordan Peterson's pissed fucking about it as well.
No, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna
tweet. He's pissed. So he's saying, wait, you're saying I'm like the Red Skull, and then like,
yes, you're a fucking Nazi.
No, we're just saying you're a Nazi, Jordan.
You're a Nazi cunt. You're definitely not as cool as a Red Skull.
This is our cut-off point, right? I'm not turning up next week if we talk about Zuby or Jordan Peterson or the Expanse. Those three. We're not talking
have you
about...
have you not tried to watch it yet? Have
What,
you
watch
watched
what?
anymore? The Expanse.
Nah, fuck that.
It gets better. You know, I watched DC Titans. I watched
Wait.
all of
We're
it
gonna
now.
get to that. We're gonna get to that.
Okay.
Dealing about racism as well. This is why I never take black people who act like, oh man, I hate white people. I never take them seriously because I'm like, okay, cool. Let's say you're a black person, right? And you hate white people, right? How far can you go out your house before you see a white person? Like, how far you go? So you get to the shops, and then the person who's serving you, you're like, oh, you fucking cunt. Like, what? You're angry already. Like, for what reason? You get to the bus driver's white. You got to train. And like, there's white people. You live in a white society. So for you to be in a white society and you're like, oh, I hate white people. It just doesn't make any sense. You might hate racism. Yeah, that's cool. You can hate racism, but those two things, you acting like these people are so different, especially in where, if you're talking about the UK, the way that most of us grew up, like we grew up in white society. So if you grew up in white society, one thing is the difference between how many different kinds of white people there are. You understand the nuances between people. There's no such thing as a monolith of white person in your eyes if you grew up in these countries where it's not the same the other way around. You might be the only black person that this white family knows. They're definitely not the only white family you know.
No.
So it makes no sense. But yeah.
What was I saying? You know, like the people who do say they really hate white people. I remember like my friend telling me he was going out with this girl and she says she really hate white people and everything, blah, blah, blah. Now she's married to a white man. So a lot of those people, they're like on the other side, the neo-Nazis who are then they're secretly with, or they get with a black girl or an Asian girl or whatever. This, like, a lot of those ones, they'll be like, say like hardcore anti-white stuff, but they'll have a white girlfriend or they have white.
Because the hate's not real though. The hate's not hate. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like you cannot. Racism doesn't work. It just doesn't work because there's too many different variations of people. It's like saying, let's forget color. Let's forget color and culture. Say we pick height, and you go, yeah, do you know what, man? I fucking hate everyone over 6 foot. You're like, all right, cool. But then you're gonna meet somebody who's over 6 foot, who you like or who's good at something. You know what I mean? Like you go to wherever, you go to a basketball match, everyone's tall. You're like, oh shit, these people are fucking cool. Yeah, because your height has no effect on your personality. And you thinking that height has an effect on someone's personality or who they are as a person is as fucking stupid as you thinking that someone's color or culture has an effect on their personality in that way, on a one-to-one level. It just doesn't work that way. So you going throughout your life trying to go, yeah, nah, man, I hate everyone who's fucking 5'2". I fucking hate. Like, it makes no sense. It's like
I do wish I was taller though.
Me too. Everybody does.
My dad's 6 foot. He was 6'4.5".
Well, you got to be about 6 foot though in your AC.
I'm like 5'11" or something like that.
Right.
This is my height, man.
I'm in the middle because my mum's shorter and I'm in the middle of her and my dad. But I wanted to be as tall as my dad, innit?
You're taller than me though. Like, and I'm 5'9", 5'10". You're a good amount taller than me.
Am I? I can't remember. I don't know, man.
My dad's 6 foot. What's Terror?
Yeah. Terror's like 6'3", innit? Because I remember when he come to mine, him and my dad stood side to side. My dad was only a little bit taller than him.
Yeah, so that's fucked. And I'm the short one in my family, man.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm pissed.
I just wanted to be 6.
But they can make you taller. They can break your legs, your
breaking shit, bro.
You can break your shin bones, yeah. Separate them, and then the bones.
Right now, it's not worth it.
The bones grow, and then you're an inch taller or 2 inches taller.
It's stupid. Now you just got long legs and short arms, looking like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Maybe they could break your arms as well and
break your fingers, make your hands bigger. Like,
yeah.
6'5" with little hands and shit. Like Trump. The fuck, man. But yeah,
I can profoundly say none of it's worth it.
Nah, Trump is he's listed as 6'4" or 6'3".
He's quite tall though, isn't he?
But he's shorter than Obama. And Obama's 6'3" or something. So it's like they were like, nah, you're lying about your height, bruv. You're fucking you're like 5'9" and shit.
Why wouldn't he lie about his height though?
True.
Like, he fucking lies about everything.
Yeah.
Donald Trump height.
Crazy.
He eats KFC.
Does he?
Yeah, he eats a shit ton of it, doesn't it?
KFC is some like I had to have it the other day, yeah, because I couldn't bother to cook. I didn't have time, and like every time I have KFC, the chicken they use is the worst abused chicken. Like it's just battered. It's so like if you take the skin off, yeah, and you look at the chicken, it's fucking grey and black. Like
is it actual chicken though? Because people were telling me that it is like the meat is chicken meat, but they don't have a head on it or anything like that. They just grow it.
Yeah, AC, we don't do that. We're like, it's an adult podcast. We don't do the
No, but that's what I heard, innit? But I was like, because they were like, would you eat that? And I was like, yeah, I'd rather eat that than
but it's not a thing. It's not a thing though.
With a brain.
That's not a real thing. It's not a real thing.
Well, they should do that.
You need to stop talking to fucking idiots.
Yeah, but
they should fucking idiots. Like, why the fuck are you talking to fucking idiots? That's what fuck. Some dickhead goes to me, yeah. Some guy goes to me, yeah, but it's called KFC because they can't legally call it chicken.
Yeah, that's
so
what I heard.
I just sent him the website and said, please count how many times there's chicken written on the fucking website, you fucking pleb. Like, why are you still saying this shit to me, man? It's 2021 and I still got to deal with fucking idiots. Like,
all the people listening to this is what our car journeys are like when we're going on tour, innit? This is what
I can't take it, man. I just can't fucking take it. It's just like people say dumb shit and they just carry it on.
Old? Are you 15 years old? Like, are you that fucking stupid? Someone was saying to me the other day that they shut, like before the lockdown, they shut down Centre Parks because someone had put razor blades on the
slides.
On the
indoor
slides.
slide. Yeah, that's been going every swimming pool ever, isn't it?
Yeah, every swimming, but everywhere with water slides. How in the fuck do you think someone's going to stop mid-slide and install a fucking... Where did I hear it? Was it a podcast or was I talking to someone? But I can't remember.
They said they used to get chewing gum in it and put the razor blade in the chewing gum.
But how?
It wouldn't stick on. You can't.
The water's good.
Like it's just so many fucking dumb shit. Let me turn my mic down. I'm getting too loud in this shit.
Imagine trying to do that and taking razor blades down a water slide with you and then just landing at the other end, a pool of your own blood.
Where did you keep the fucking razors in your fucking shorts, in your little Speedos?
Yeah.
Imagine it looked like a shark attack by the time that you hit the water down the bottom. You just be in a pool of your own blood and just fucking slice yourself up.
This is the funniest one, yeah. So someone posted, they were like, why is it called COVID-19? Like, it's not an acronym, even though it is, but forget that. Then they did this whole thing of like how if you take it's Roman numerals and you got to do all this maths and it ends up at 666. And so I started laughing. I reposted like, oh shit, this is funny. And the guy was like, bro, like, why are you trolling me for? He was serious. I thought he was joking. The guy was serious. Yeah. I'm like,
nah, people believe this. People believe
but why are you so fucking dumb, man? Like, why are you so dumb? And why do you share my fucking air? Like, it's not fucking fair. It's really.
But why do you believe in the mainstream media? That's always the back comment to it.
But it never goes
like me. I'm in the middle, yeah. Like I think it could just be like a lot of aliens and shit.
Yeah, but that's cool. You can be in the middle.
I think it's like a Chinese Communist Party. They're gonna invade us soon, isn't it?
Okay,
they're
cool.
Not AC.
Like
but even if you think that shit, even if you think that shit, like it has to make sense. So let's say that COVID-19 you do all this maths and it comes out as 666. What the fuck is 666? Like, who told you it means the devil? The devil doesn't exist, you fucking pleb. Well, like, numbers can't hurt you. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, it's a number.
Yeah.
And it's like, everyone who's superstitious. Yeah. Superstition is for fucking losers, man. Like, straight up and down. Like, you're just a fucking idiot. This guy posted this thing the other day about, you know, that guy who got found dead, Richard, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
That he posted this thing saying, you lot are save your energy for DMX, man. No, fuck giving your energy for DMX. He knew what he was doing on his first album cover. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He was covered in blood. Like, no, I mean.
On the second album, isn't it? Flesh for my flesh.
Oh, yeah, sorry, second album. But actually, even the first, he was covered in blood as well, but just not. Kind of different. But I was like, he's like, yeah, man, like it was a message to his handlers. Like, what is wrong with you, bruv? You're a fucking adult. You're a fucking adult and you believe in the Illuminati. You're like, you think the Illuminati are going, do you know what? We're controlling the world, yeah? But you know who we really need to get? That fucking Rough Riders up. Yeah, man. DMX, man. Have you heard the fucking Rough Riders anthem? We need him, mate. Yep.
But why would he use his album cover to do that? Why can't he just go, "Hello, handlers, I'm in"? Like, why would you, if you're okay? Let's say Satan exists, right? Let's say Satan exists. Let's say all of devil worship exists.
Yep.
All of it
don't
exists,
they worship the goat demon?
Hold on, AC. I don't know, but like, say all of that existed. Why, if they're looking to take over the world, would they put out symbols and all of this kind of stuff so fucking morons? Absolute morons on Twitter can decode them. Why would they do
it's
that?
A double bluff, isn't it?
It's not a double bluff. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. Why would it be that easy if some fucking?
Because otherwise, Alex Jones ain't gonna have a career. So it's got to be a double bluff. It's got to be a double bluff.
I have secrets in my life. Do you know where you can't find them secrets? On fucking YouTube. Like, what the fuck is going on, man? Like, really,
do you know where I don't put my secrets? In my album covers. Do you know where I don't put stuff that I don't want people to find out in the public?
I remember seeing the
really
one about
badly encoded.
I remember seeing one of these ones that someone sent me. They were like, "Yeah, you gotta watch this, man. It breaks everything down about the Illuminati and all of this thing in the music game, yeah." And it was about they're all saying "Make it rain." All these people saying "Make it rain." Yeah,
the
like,
Rain Man
saying
stuff.
"Make it rain."
Yeah,
it's all Rain Man. So you're saying, and then they're showing the umbrella video, and they paused it at one point, and the liquid looked like a goat demon's head and stuff like that. I was like, fucking hell, how you got time for doing all of this stuff, man? You not got time in it.
But the Rain Man stuff, again, it's all like kind of pseudo-religious stuff. Like it's all based around Baphomet and Satan and whatever. And it's like, all you're doing, you think you're a free thinker, but all you're doing is you're using like kind of you're trying to rally against something that hasn't existed and never has existed, but it's something that's been embedded in our culture, in every single culture in the world. Religion, like these religious like kind of flag posts that have been in every religion of all time. You're not a free thinker. You're just taking in like the I don't know, the symbology and whatever that's been around for years.
That's why I rate that little Nas X, man. I rate and how he was saying I hope my people that don't like it are crying and everything, and I'm really glad.
Yeah.
Obviously, he said he got abused by all these Christians and all that. When he was
just trolling the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah, I think it's wicked. Like, I really like the way he presents. He kind of like the way he's presenting himself is kind of like Prince as well, isn't it? Like with the big, like the elaborate hairdos and all that kind of stuff, and clothing and shit. So I thought visually that video is really good.
But like, the thing visually. Is, if you're gonna tell, if you're like a hardcore Christian and you're gonna tell young gay people that they're going to hell for their entire lives, then this is exactly what you're gonna get. You're going to get pushback in exactly this way. Like,
and even in the video, like, look, what have they got the problem? That's the other thing. Like, he actually's gone to hell in the video. He get sentenced to go to hell in the video. Yeah. So they should just be happy. So, like, you know, he's doing all the the pole dancing stuff away from them anyway. He's doing it in hell. They're not. But again,
there's no point trying to
appease these
find
people.
There's no point trying to find any logic in it. It's there. He did that to make them rowdy.
It's like even people I know, artists I know who like say that they're all like open-minded and liberal and all that. They're getting all vexed about it.
Yeah, same here. I've seen loads of people like it.
Fucking mad. It is mad, bro. And I'm like, well, you ain't open-minded, are you? So, you know,
people care about stupid shit. It's like, fucking go look after your fucking kids, man. Like, what the fuck are you worried about?
Exactly.
Shit that fucking affect your life.
Exactly. And then talking about the blood in the shoes, because there's supposed to be like a one drop of blood in the air bubble, and people talking about walking on blood and how it's evil and stuff like that. And it's like,
you got blood in your body, man.
You got blood in your body.
Yeah, your blood in your feet when you're walking on your feet.
How is blood a bad thing? Like I don't.
And these people eat meat as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Half of these people are eating fucking animals. Yeah. So what are you talking about?
And
half of them to die.
I know for a fact, and I'm not going to mention any names. I know for a fact one of the guys that I saw rallying up against it is cheating on his wife.
So fuck that, man.
Jeez.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, so you're going to get offended at that, but surely adultery is actually like a mortal sin.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just like,
and is he a hardcore Christian though, this guy, or is he not?
I've never seen him talk about the Christian stuff ever before.
Okay. Yeah.
but that's
Never-
the thing.
never
It's like,
before.
why it's like you're picking on things as if your life is perfect, and it's like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
And the only
Your
reason
life
I
ain't
know about
fucking
he's
perfect.
cheating on his wife, I don't even like the cunt, to be honest. But like the reason I know he's cheating on his wife because he was fucking boasting about it to me.
What dick? Like me, like I'm a hardcore Christian, yeah, right. And I think
Yeah,
Lil
yeah.
Nas X.
I get that
right?
vibe off you.
I think Lil Nas X, yeah, I applaud him because he went into hell.
He sent
And
himself to hell.
he
Saved
fucking-
a taxi fare.
He went into hell and killed the devil, yeah. So I'm like, yeah, that's ratings. Like, and it even like I remember, like, see my grandma, yeah, she didn't know what gay people were, yeah. She never heard of gay people before she came to England, yeah. She didn't know. She just
Where's
didn't
she
know
from?
what it was. She's in Kenya, innit? She brought up in Kenya. She didn't know what
Okay.
the fuck gay people. So now when she's come to England, then like on EastEnders, yeah, there was the story of I think is it a doctor or something. I can't remember. There was just two guys who were gay in it, and they were kissing or whatever. So she must have said like to my mum, "What's going on here?" And my mum was like, "Oh, they're gay." And she's like, "What's that mean?" She goes, "Oh, you know like how a woman loves a man, yeah, it's a man loves a man instead." And my grandma was like, "Oh, okay, that's nice." That's it, because she hasn't been taught to hate it.
Yeah.
It's just like she just seen that and she just accepted it. Like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's if you haven't been taught to hate it, you're not gonna hate it. You just
And
be
that's
like,
as
okay,
deep as it has to be.
I feel like that's the.
That's as
I
deep
feel like
as it
that's
has to
the.
be.
I feel like that's a natural response for
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a normal human being.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where you would go with it. You'd be like, oh, okay, cool.
But on the
Yeah,
other hand, she'd been taught colorism, so she worshipped light skin and all this kind of shit. So she was fucked in them ways, but in that way, she wasn't. So it's weird, isn't it? What you get taught will fuck your brain up,
Yeah.
and what you don't get taught, you can just accept on face value, innit?
Yeah.
So it's weird, man.
What
Weird.
you been watching on TV, man?
Titans. I watched Titans series 2. I haven't
Fucking
seen that.
sick, Titans too.
A lot of people were slating it. I think there was, but me, I was like, I
What the
really
fuck
like
is
the
Titans?
episode. You know, DC Titans with fucking Robin and all them.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. Because I hadn't seen series 2.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought
yeah. I like it.
First episode, you were right. That should have been the last episode.
last
of
one,
the
yeah.
first
been the last
series.
episode of the series before.
Then it's cool.
Yeah, and but a lot of people were saying it meandered all over the place and characters were doing weird shit and they were all
It's not like I'm not
moaning.
interested, AC. I've got to go to the toilet, mate. I'm
Yeah,
gonna piss my
do your
pants in
thing.
a second, right?
But like the like what I was saying was they've all been through shit. And in the Titans comic, I remember I got a couple of their comics when in the 90s or whatever, and they were all going through shit. They'd all had fucked up childhoods and everything, and they were teenagers. And a lot of their storyline was them kind of like trying to work it out psychologically, and they're all fucked and everything.
Yeah.
So these people were saying, "Oh, these lot moan too much and that it's too emo." I was like, I ain't got a problem with that because they've all been through loads of shit. So they're gonna be like that. They're not seeing therapists. Like Bruce Wayne, if anything, he needs to send them all to some therapy. You can pay for the therapist, and then that would be cool, innit? But you know, I didn't really have a problem with it. The only thing I thought was a bit stupid was when the Wonder Girl at the end, you know, that thing was falling. She went and grabbed it, but the Superboy guy didn't go and grab it, and then she got electrocuted and died. If he'd have just gone and grabbed it, he had super speed. That was a bit weird. That's the only thing really for me. But the Hawk
But he's
guy,
not. Superboy doesn't have. He's not invincible though.
No, but he's got super speed as well, so he could have gone and grabbed it. And when they were shooting him, the bullets. The only thing that harmed him was the kryptonite bullet they shot him with. Even I thought they pulled it off well because I was thinking, you know, I remember hearing that there was a super dog, yeah, and I just thought how that sounds so cheesy, yeah. But then the way they pulled it off, yeah, but from that in the comics, I thought that sounded cheesy, yeah. But then in this, they pulled it off where it's like because it was a scientific experiment and all that. I didn't have no problem with him. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, it just works. It's all. I thought it was good. Like, and people are like, oh, it's too dark and moody and gritty. And what? I'm like, nah, man, I thought it was cool.
Nah, I guess like it's dark. If you're comparing it with like fucking Teen Titans Go, then yeah, obviously.
See, I've never seen that.
That's amazing, man.
I haven't seen it.
But and I feel like that's kind of like I don't know, where'd you like that Young Justice? That's kind of like the benchmark for Teen Titans. Young Justice is fucking amazing. And obviously it's a lot darker than that. But I feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like DC are doing they kind of got their tone. They know.
Have you seen the one they did called Stargirl? Have you seen that one?
I watched like maybe 2 or 3 episodes of that.
So that's a lot more of a lighter touch, isn't it?
That's for kids.
That's a
man.
lot more. Yeah. So these people complaining about this and this, and then people were complaining that they're swearing or whatever, and they're complaining that Batman swears and stuff. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Who gives a fuck if they're swearing?
Stop telling me about fucking stupid people. I don't want to hear about them. Like,
yeah.
Again, man, there's this levels to this shit. People just complaining about stupid shit that they really shouldn't. You've been watching obviously what are we now? Episode 3 into
Winter
Falcon
Soldier thing
and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
it
was quite good, man. Yeah, it was all right. So the flag smashers ain't actually bad, then, is it? I think they're gonna be good.
I just think like with all Marvel antagonists, they're nuanced, didn't it? So
because she did kill those. She blew up the security guards in that place, innit? So she has crossed the line there.
Yeah, but you're always like, they're always bad, but for good reasons.
Yeah.
So I think it was cool having Zemo back. I thought that was cold, and I feel like that's gonna go like in a good direction.
Yeah.
You can tell that the budget ain't all there. The budget's a bit lower than it was for
WandaVision.
Yeah.
In which sense though? What in the special effects of what?
Yeah, the CGI, man. That fight on top of the trucks was that was really bad. That was
I can't remember. I can't remember if it looked bad or not.
It did not look good, man. It did not look good. And I was like, I kind of wish they didn't do it.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather you don't show me that the budget ain't there. Or maybe the budget was there, but maybe the whatever studio they got to do the CGI just wasn't up to scratch. But
because like look at Snyder Cut. Some of the CGI and that was pretty bad.
I guess
when they have Cyborg standing around on that background, like the crater kind of landscape, that looked really bad.
Yeah, I guess so. Sometimes it can just be shit a shit studio doing it.
Yeah,
but I just thought that's the first time that I've watched a Marvel product.
Yeah.
And been like, damn, the CGI isn't where it should be.
What's that?
CGI Winter Soldier and the Falcon.
Yeah. I mean, everything apart from that, it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, man.
But there's a couple of iffy moments with the CGI for sure. It just shows you the budget that's involved with the films to achieve what they want to achieve. Because like we said last time, it's basically like a really good grounded Captain America film. But then you shouldn't have to have quite as much CGI in a film like that. But it shows you how much CGI they actually do use.
Yeah.
Also, when you're doing stuff that's brightly lit, and if they'd have had that fight in the nighttime, maybe because the CGI in the brightly lit thing, it's gonna look a bit.
Which fight was that?
The one on top of the trucks.
Yeah, that was shit.
Yeah,
that was actually really.
I watched it on my phone, so I didn't really see it was crap.
Yeah.
I was watching it on a phone. But if you've got a big screen TV, you probably pick it all out, innit?
When Falcon was jumping off the thing and then like kind of looping around and stuff like that, it didn't look good. It didn't look great at all.
Just the standing shots, shots when they're on the truck. You're just like, okay, this is green screen, but it's really bad green screen. Like, it looks like one of my fucking music videos. I'm like, mate, I can see that's not real. And to me, that's the only part. Like the fighting scenes, the nighttime fighting scenes, all the fighting scenes on the ground, all the explosions, all that kind of stuff. I was obviously looking at kind of a little closer now, but I was like, nah, man, that shit looks tight. Like everything else is tight. The actual fighting was really good. The choreography was cold as well, and I like the direction that it's going in, man. I like them bringing in just other characters. Like I said, Terry, Zemo being back.
I really like Zemo, man. Like I rate Zemo really, really highly. Like I really like that they've expanded his character now. They've made him more like the actual comic character now. Like Baron Zemo, you get to see that. Like I just rated him as a character in it, full stop. I thought he was fucking wicked.
Because they
I never read this shit, so I don't know anything about all these characters. So for me, it's just fresh anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
They didn't do him justice in the movie. In
not at all.
What one was he in?
Yeah, he was in Civil War. Yeah.
So this is like this was sick. Yeah, man. Do you know what? I feel like when it comes to like standalone Marvel films, the Captain America ones are the best for me. Like,
they're the best, easy. Yeah,
that storyline, just Hydra, World War II, all that shit. To me, that's the shit that just to me is it's more exciting. It's got more layers to it. So now having this being where it is and expanding on that, I think it is. I think it's gonna be cool, man.
Yeah, I'm really liking it so far. It's just like a really good, like kind of spy / thriller / like kind of location. Like, what was the name of the island they went to? What was it called? Basically, where they were, there was like High Town and Low Town, but like I live in High Town, don't I? Like, so I was like, yes, Luton. Throw your L's up.
Throw your L's up, baby. But even that kind of shit to me, I'm like, I don't know, man. I just love that environment. It's like a pirate island.
Yeah.
There's
same
like
here.
this bear, like you're gonna get the power broker involved as well. Like, yeah, man.
I just love it when it's grounded like that. I really like. See, I love Scarlet Witch, and I love like all like Guardians of the Galaxy, and I love all like the overpowered like kind of heroes in it. But I love all like the really grounded ones as well. Like when it feels like it could almost be like
real life.
Yeah, real life, but it could be like what's the Matt Damon films where he plays the spider?
Born Identity.
Yeah, it feels like it could almost be like a Born Identity thing as well. Yeah, I love all that, man.
You've been watching this cartoon, Invincible.
I started watching it the other day. Yeah, I started watching it the other day. I watched the first episode. I wasn't enthralled, but I'm definitely going to keep it going.
Yeah. What's it about? Superheroes?
Yeah.
It's about an adult cartoon.
Is it a Marvel or DC or something like that? Or
neither, is it?
It's neither.
Yeah.
I think it's just like I don't know if it's based on a comic or whatever, kind of like The Boys. Because
it is based on a comic, but it's got a very boys feel to it.
Right.
But yeah, like the end of the first episode, shit just went left. I was like, oh shit. Like,
yeah, I didn't get that far in it
because I didn't realize it was an adult thing. I just thought it was like a new cartoon. So I started watching it and I was just like, all right, this is cool.
Yeah, it's most definitely because it's being marketed as an adult cartoon, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see the marketing or anything. I just saw it up and I thought, let me watch it. And
because the animation isn't really that like adult animation. It's more. It feels like a DC or a Marvel kind of animation. It feels like the actual quality of the animation.
It looks like DC, and I wouldn't be surprised if they use the same animators as some of the DC cartoonists.
I think they're all in Korea, aren't they? Like the animators. I think so. Yeah. So it's probably the same farm of animators that they use.
Yeah, but that shit, man. It looked cold, man. It looked cold. There's nothing really like. There's nothing to look forward to movie wise or TV wise.
Oh well, there's. I mean, it's still a little while away, but Black Widow's coming.
But is she gonna be is it a prequel then? Because she's dead, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's a prequel.
Do you think they'll find a way to make her alive again?
I don't know. I was thinking this the other day that they might actually find a way to make them both like kind of, I don't know, they're in like a dimension of what was it, the Soul Stone, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're in the dimension of the Soul Stone or something like that. Because they've kind of flirted with that a little bit. Which they probably flirted with that with Scarlet Witch's kids as well, and that version of Vision. So I don't know, man.
I think we'll see. Like if it does well, she'll be back.
Yeah,
definitely.
Right.
I mean, because they've already taken care of the Gamora thing. Because Gamora's her like her past self is now in this reality and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they're talking about. They keep flirting with the idea. The rumor mill keeps flirting with like the idea that Tony Stark will be back at some point as well.
Yeah.
I think
you've done the deal.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Go for a load of money.
I cried too many tears for that motherfucker, man. If you bring him back now, I don't know, man. I don't know
if there was ever anybody that was going to win an Oscar for a performance in a superhero film, it should have been Robert Downey Jr. for that, man. Like his death in that actually had me filling up.
Seeing
I cried twice at the cinema. That motherfucker, like that was I think the first time I went by myself.
Yeah,
and that was cool. I was like, I know this is going to be some emotional shit, so I want no one around me in it. And yeah, man, that shit was fucking emotional as fuck.
I told you, when I was there, I went to the midnight showing on the day it was released. and I'm sitting next to all like just the man them that were
Man.
there. Like, and we were like kind of swapping. They had like these trucker pills to keep them awake and stuff. And they're giving them to me, and we were all like hugging each other when it was going off and stuff. And one of them broke down, and I was expecting it like the rest of them to like give him a bit of a hard time, but they were like kind of like this, like hugging him and stuff like that. And I was this close as well. I was proper close. It's emotional, man. It's life. It's emotional.
You know, at the beginning of Endgame.
Yeah.
He's really thin, isn't it? And cool.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because he's been in the spaceship,
in
starving
space
or
for
something.
fucking
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he only survived because he's got the Iron Man heart.
Nah.
No. He was about to die.
Oh,
he didn't survive because of that. That wasn't gonna help him anyway. That doesn't the nanotech shit.
Yeah.
It has no biological effect on his body, innit?
No,
because he looked really thin for the first bit, and then suddenly he just put on weight again.
No, he didn't suddenly, because that's 5 years later.
Oh shit! Nah, okay, yeah.
So when because that was like whatever it was, 2-3 weeks or something like that they were before Captain Marvel turned up, and they were stuck on the Guardians of the Galaxy ship.
Yeah.
For like 2-3 weeks, and it was all fucked, and they couldn't make it back to Earth or whatever. And then Captain Marvel turns up, brings him back, and that's when
they go and kill Thanos.
That's when they go kill Thanos. Yeah, exactly. Because that's when
that film's so fucking good, man.
And then it jumps to 5 years later.
Then it jumps to 5 years later.
Talking about, I'm just like, oh fuck, I want to watch this shit right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it right now. I'm gonna go watch. I tell you, I told you I watched the battle scene like at least 4 or 5 times a month.
Did you prefer Endgame to Infinity War or Infinity War?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no.
I think Endgame's the best, man.
I preferred Endgame to Infinity War, but loads of people preferred the other one.
No, like Infinity War is fucking great. Endgame is just, it's amazing.
Untouchable, man.
It's untouchable.
And I think the reason why it is them emotional parts as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I think it's cool, man. Any film can make you go, you know what I mean? Be like ready to. I used to watch those films and get ready for the gym. Be like, you know what I mean? You just watch fucking Dax to destroy some shit. You're like, yeah, that's fucking cold. Then we go hit the gym.
Yeah.
But Endgame, that shit took you out, man. You're just like, nah, man. I need to.
But the thing is, so much changed in that as well. Like, because I was about to say that 5 years later, that's when Thor killed Thanos, and then 5 years later, he's a big fatty. Like, and he's all like emotionally wrecked.
Oh yeah.
So they're like, and you get to see like literally the end game. Like, even when Steve Rogers came back, I was close, man. Like, I was fucking close when he was giving the shield to Sam. Yeah. I was on the edge of like kind of tears at that point as well. But
did you hear the new madness about the John Walker? He's had to take himself off Twitter because people are sending him death threats because they don't like him being Captain America, the new actor.
That's the whole point.
So fucking dumb, isn't it?
Fucking idiots.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
So
these
stupid,
people
man.
deserve their hell. They shouldn't be breathing the same air that I breathe, man.
You fucking idiots.
Absolute dicks.
At the moment in the program, he hasn't done anything bad.
No.
He's starting to show, like, when he went to that internet cafe or wherever it was in Berlin, and they were looking for the Flag Smashers, and he was asking him like that guy, and the guy goes, and he goes to that guy, "Do you not know who I am?" And he goes, "I know, and I don't care," like that, and he got all violent with him. So you can see it kind of creeping in. You can see his righteousness there and stuff. So you can see that he's going to be a fucking bellend.
It's sick, man. It's getting cool, man. It's getting good. I tell you what though, fucking low key, like I already know that's gonna be the shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm going into that with high expectations because the trailers
look fucking amazing. And what's his name? I was gonna say Clive Owen. Owen Wilson, yeah. Owen Wilson looks fucking great.
Fucking done, man.
Yeah.
Fucking done.
Who's Owen Wilson playing in it?
He's playing. I can't remember the character's name, but he's the guy who's like he's like the
handler.
He's the boss. He's in charge of like the time police, whatever they are.
But he's supposed to be like even in the comics, he's like a proper bureaucrat. Like he's like a councilman or something like that. He's not like a superhero or anything. Just like he's like an accountant or a bureaucrat or whatever. But like with a really cutting sense of humor. So like Owen Wilson is the perfect like kind of perfect guy for it. Like I don't know, I can't wait for Loki. I'm really enjoying Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but I kind of can't wait for that to be over so Loki starts.
Yeah, I feel like Loki is gonna be more entertaining for me anyway. I just feel like, because you know what it is actually. I'll tell you what it is. It's the class of actor.
Yeah.
So you're talking about my man Loki. He's like an incredible actor. Owen Wilson's an incredible actor, and I just feel like those characters, Loki has become like a really big mainstay, and also as what I like comedy shit as well. There's so much more comedy in that, like the tone of it, like the whole thing with he's like, why don't you trust me? And he's like, bro, you've literally stabbed people in the back 57 times. This is like all that kind of shit. And he's like, is this everything you've ever said? Can you sign here? And he's like, how the hell am I supposed to know? And he's like, it comes out, another bit of paper, right, sign here. It's hilarious, man.
Yeah, it looks good, man.
I watched that Lovecraft Country as well.
It's good, isn't it?
I only saw the first episode though, innit? So I haven't seen any of the rest of it.
It gets fucking mental.
Yeah.
It gets absolutely fucking mental. But yeah, you know the guy that plays I only found this out a couple of weeks ago. I may have said it already, but like the guy that plays Winter Soldier, I can't remember his name. Yeah. He's Romanian.
Sebastian Stan.
Yeah, he's Romanian. He went and lived in New York and whatever. But yeah, he's an Atomic Hooligan fan.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, he used to come to oh fuck, what was his name? I used to play on a Wednesday in Bucharest. I can't remember the name of the club. It was like this little club in the middle of Bucharest. And one of the other DJs hit me up the other day when I was talking about Marvel on Facebook, and he was like, "Yeah, Winter Soldier's your fan. He's like bought your CD. You've met him a couple of times. Like blah blah blah. Like I've probably done some other stuff with him." And I was like, "Fuck, I didn't even know." Yeah, there you go.
That's crazy.
I knew I'd end up in the MCU somewhere. Man. That's it.
And really and truly, because you're in it, that means I'm in it. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
he's in it.
You're on the album that he bought for sure.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
he's heard my voice, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Voice.
People want him to play Luke Skywalker now as well, isn't it?
I can see that.
Yeah.
They're saying he looks like Mark Hamill when he was young, innit?
He's a bit more hench than Mark Hamill when he was young.
Yeah, true, yeah.
But yeah, I can see that.
Mark Hamill,
better than that fucking deep fake that they did on
that. That was really bad, man. It was really bad.
I'd take anybody. I'd take Idris Elba over that deep fake.
The deep fake, that wasn't deep fake, innit? They did a deep fake comparison with that computer generated one they did, and the deep fake actually looked better.
That day was terrible.
Yeah, it did. What's his name? The Corridor Crew. The Corridor Crew did that on YouTube. They did their deep fake version of that CGI and see if they could get it better. And I don't think they did get it better, but I thought they both looked pretty shit. Compared to what they were trying to. When I say pretty shit, I mean like it looked fucking incredible for what they're trying to do. But as far as it being a real person, it's like, and I can still tell it's not a real person.
Definitely wasn't a real person.
But
they should have just shrouded his face. They should have had him in the
hood,
like in the hood, and like kind of made his face darker, and you still would have known it was him.
What I would have done if I was them, find an actor that looks like him. That's what I would have gone. Like, because you don't have to go. We've seen this before.
And have the hood on, innit?
No, we saw this in what's it called in Doctor Sleep. Like, it doesn't have to.
100%.
You don't. The person doesn't have to look exactly like them. Just have someone who kind of looks like them.
Yeah.
Is Doctor Sleep, is that the one that's the sequel to The Shining?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just do that. Yeah, it's wicked, man.
Right, it's really good.
To me, that's what I would have gone with, and then you would have still got the similar like complaints, but it wouldn't have taken you so far out of.
No, it just it takes you out to have computer face turn up at like a critical moment.
Yeah,
like to make it look like he's in the non-playable part of a fucking computer game about Star Wars. Like, and you go, all right. I was all emotionally attached to this now. Now it feels like I'm playing Star Wars Rebels 10 or something.
That's like what's the Rogue One when they had Peter Cushing.
Yeah, that was shit as well.
It looked good, terrible. You know, when he was turned away and you could see his reflection in the window.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
And as soon as it closed up on him and everything, you're not.
That's not you. But like at the same time, I was still. In both of those situations, I was still going, oh shit!
Yeah.
But then you're kind of like, oh.
And then afterwards,
but yeah, I see what they're trying to do.
And yeah, Princess Leia at the end, she looked a bit weird as well, innit?
Yeah, man, that was a little bit.
But you know what didn't look weird is when they did it in your favorite film, The Dark Knight, with the Joker, because it was dark and it was at night.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So you got to do it, man. Do your shit at night.
Who did they do for that? Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
So which bit was it that they?
Right at the end, I think it was when he was hanging off, like when he was swinging backwards and forwards. He said something or other, but they actually did like they superimposed his actual face onto it. Okay. But that would have looked terrible in the daylight. It would have looked absolutely shit. Yeah. So like they did it. They did it at night.
I watched that the other night and the other day, like I told you, I didn't even notice that. So
I need to watch it again. Then what's it on? Can I see it on? What's it there?
See,
it's on Now TV, I think. It's on Sky.
It's on Now TV. I almost had the exact same reaction to a bloke on Facebook the other day. He was talking about Mobb Deep. You know, like the reaction that I had to you about Dark Knight. Like Mobb Deep, the infamous.
What the fuck did you say?
That's a big album.
Yeah, fuck it. It's universally recognised as one of the best hip hop albums ever made.
Easily, top to bottom.
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't like it, you've still got to like recognise the impact that album made, right? So he was saying that pretty much all hip hop in the 80s was shit because no one could rhyme properly, and then hip hop got really good between like 89 and 94, and then got shit again in 95 and 95 to 98, and then Eminem came out and it all got good again.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
I disagree with him.
Why wouldn't you disagree with him?
What the fuck? Do you know what I hate? I hate Eminem fans, man.
I do as well.
I hate Eminem fans.
Yeah, I do.
They're literally the shittest people.
Yeah, I do.
They're not cool to me. They're not street to me.
No.
As Roy said, like they're not, ironically, they just have the worst takes on what hip hop is, man. Because they all started listening to hip hop after 8 Mile came out.
So let me finish my point here and we'll get on to Eminem, right? Like, so he said, although in 1995, Mobb Deep came out, but officially it was 1994 because Shook One's Part 2 came out in 1994. It's this big diatribe. And he was like, and that was the only good track on the album. And I was almost...
Oh, my
Whoa.
And I was
God.
I was almost going to go through and list every amazing album that came out from, including in 99. Like you can't even like argue with all the fucking amazing music that came out in 1995. But for 2 examples, The Infamous and Only Built for Cuban Links, like 2 of the most recognized amazing albums in hip hop of all time. The Fugees came out in 96.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna get. I'm not even gonna get.
No, I didn't even get into the. It's a mute point.
That's a troll job. Like you can't.
It's a mute point. It's completely a mute point.
Because all it means that he just doesn't know hip hop.
I mean, there was like from 96 to like maybe 2000 or something. There was a bit in East Coast hip hop where they shortened their sample time of the loops that were sampling, and they got a bit too bar-ish, yeah.
So that's
about it. That's all I can say that was bad.
So there was a moment
time.
in 1996 where and it's officially recognised that this was like on the same day released Nas It Was Written and Stakes Is High by De La Soul. Jeez. Right, so that day, those 2 albums, fucking amazing albums, both of them, right?
And Hell on Earth by Mobb Deep was a really good 96 album.
Yeah, it's a brilliant album, but those 2 were released on the same day, and that's recognised as the day that kind of hip hop split.
Yeah.
And before that, everything before that was just hip hop, and then the Trackmasters came around and kind of went into the Jiggy era, and then like the Hitmen and Trackmasters, and then De La Soul kind of bred everything like kind of underground, lyrical, like kind of all of that kind of stuff that was kind of coming off. They didn't, but that's kind of where that branched off there. And then you got like kind of Raucous and like all the like kind of West Coast lyricism and all that kind of stuff. But that's where it split. And that's what I've read in loads of different things, and it kind of makes sense. But there was so much good fucking music around from like kind of 95 to 2000. It just wasn't. It wasn't Puff Daddy, and it wasn't the Trackmasters, and then it wasn't the like and everything that kind of happened after that.
Even
But
Trackmasters done some good
yeah,
stuff as well.
I got no problem with any of it. Like, I mean, I'm I'm not the biggest fan of some of the Puffy stuff, and I'm not the biggest fan of like. And I do think I'm jiggy by the locks and stuff like that.
I like that. That's a beat. That's a beat, man.
I don't like that
sick.
But the rest of it, I'm fucking cool with. I love it all. But that's like that was the split there. So I understand if people think that there was only jiggy music from like kind of 96 onwards. It's bullshit anyway. Like some of the most fucking amazing. Most Def came out in 98.
But the thing was, they're misunderstanding what was going on. Like they were making tunes for people to dance to in the club, yeah. So you just got to look at it like that. Like that tune getting the Locks one. If you think I'm jiggy? Yeah, I didn't really like the hook,
Nah,
but I really like the beat. The way the beat, and there was that 70s kind of bass line, the doom.
Well, that's the thing. Like I was listening to Cypher Sounds talk about this the other day. How like a lot of hip hop fans who aren't really that familiar with Black American culture before hip hop wouldn't understand a lot of the samples that Puffy used as part of that era, because a lot of the stuff that he used was actually, it was the jams that people like kind of played at barbecues and stuff that people like kind of before hip hop, before like kind of, or during hip hop or whatever. It was like the family jams tunes and stuff like that. Like, I don't like it all, but I love quite a lot of it because I love those tunes. Because I was a record digger, I knew all those tunes. So I was like, wicked, using that one, using that Diana Ross sample, or using that.
Yeah, when Mace used
the fucking great.
That tune.
But to me, like, so I never knew any of those tunes before I heard those. So for me, it was like going back. So what I would do is read the inlays.
And go check it out.
Sample this track, this track. And obviously there was no streaming at the time, but I would do my best to try and find like those songs. Like where can I find those songs? So remember I used to work in Virgin Megastore, innit? So then I would go through the old soul section and like find these songs, like to find the samples. The same way when I used to listen to Wu-Tang, and they would have like a sample of a sword fight, because I could game of chess. I'd find what movie that came from. And again, I worked in Virgin, so I would order all the DVDs and go back and kind of do the knowledge. And I just feel like some people just don't do the knowledge with.
They don't do the knowledge.
And it's just like it's not. You're only looking at it from one angle. And I feel like if you're really going to consume the music, you have to. I don't know, man. You got to see it from all angles. You need to understand 100%. Like where it's coming from. It was important for me. That's
paying respect to the art form, though, isn't it?
Yeah, man. But it was important for me when I went to New York to go to these places. Where is the 41st Side? Where is Red Hook Project? Where is Marcy? Like to see like where did this all come from? And to really be able to, because you're not gonna feel it the way people who are from the era felt it, where it was made. You weren't born in Brooklyn, so you're not gonna know what Ready to Die felt like when that dropped.
No.
But I feel like as somebody who, if you appreciate the album, you should be trying to go back and check out where are the samples from.
100%.
I mean, and same it was with all music. Puff Daddy did it. Same with Wu-Tang. The same with Dre. Because when you do that, you kind of you get a feel of where the music came from for real. And you get why Dre samples certain tracks, and then you get why Puffy samples certain tracks, and then you get why Rock Marciano samples certain tracks. Like it all goes together, and you're like, oh shit, okay, that makes. You know what I mean?
If you understand that the root of some of these samples, like I'd never heard of the Barge like before Biggie, and then I go and listen to the Barge now. Like I fucking love the Barge now. Like, but like the One More Chance sample, like if someone was to hear that tune without Biggie on it, maybe they wouldn't take any notice of it. But then they hear it with like the Biggie sample with the drums and the scratches and stuff, and then go back and listen to it. It's like, oh fuck! But that tune,
because Big L sampled that one first, didn't it?
Exactly the same. Yeah, he did like, but Big L sampled it first, and then Biggie dropped his one, and then Big L's one got relegated to like a B-side of, because it was the MVP sample. That he used. But then that you've got to understand the root of why that was used. the same as Juicy Fruit and stuff like that. Like the reason Juicy Fruit is because that was a fucking big tune. And like, and if you've not been around that environment where that was a big tune, then you won't understand it. Like it's not, there's nothing like kind of not street about that, or not black about that, or not hip hop about that, because it's all from the same root. Like, so that's why I didn't like Do You Think I'm Sexy, because it was a fucking Rod Stewart sample.
What, Do You Think I'm Jiggy?
Yeah,
what, the bass line? What, the bass line is from?
I'm not sure the bass line.
Or just the hook.
Do you think I'm jiggy? And you do. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. And I love the fucking locks. I absolutely love the locks.
Because that beat is hard though. Like the melody and everything.
Listen to it now. Hold on.
I'll tell you what, you can listen to it once we end this podcast.
Yeah. Cool.
So we're about at that time.
Yeah, I need to eat something.
Yeah, same.
I'm all right now. I stayed in there for ages because I just had a big dump, so I could stay on for like another hour or so. It was getting a bit fucking edgy there for a little bit.
It was touch and go for a bit, man.
I was in there for about 20 minutes. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
You was in there listening to not last week's, the last podcast. But yeah, man. Guys, anything you want to say we doing this week? We got plans?
Doing this week? I haven't got anything monstrous planned this week at all.
Actually, we changed the time. So what you doing this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I've got... Oh, sorry, you go.
No, I don't think I've got anything to say. I'm just fucking working all weekend.
Yeah. I've got a radio show tomorrow with Ego Chipping and Shabba D on Thames Delta.
Are you doing that Thames Delta, are you?
Yeah, going down there tomorrow, doing
wicked. Is it the first time you've done it?
Yeah, I've never been down there before.
It's apparently wicked. I know loads of people do regular shows down there now.
Okay.
You get paid for it as well, don't you?
I can't remember.
You probably don't because you're not famous enough. But all of I'm joking. But like you get paid for doing shows on there if you've got a regular show. Yeah, it's very unusual, man. Yeah.
What is it? Illegal? It's a DAB.
Legal?
Then,
yeah, it's fully legal.
Yeah, because I started on a DAB this week, innit? THC,
I know. Yeah, I was about to say what's going on with
radio.
That?
So yeah, I done my first show and they had a few teething problems with the sound and that, but now it's like, so hopefully like the next one and doing it in 2 weeks. So I'll be on.
Are you DJing as well?
Nah, I'm just MCing. I get guests in to DJ. That's why I wanted you to come and DJ.
Yeah, I'll come DJ.
So yeah, that's cool. And then what else?
I'll teach you to DJ. You can do your own sets.
Yeah, what, a DJ and MC at the same time?
Yeah, 100%.
But then I got to get all these producers. I got to get all these producers to send me all the dubs.
Yeah.
You have to send me dubs, innit? There's all these producers, man. So I have to get in with them because it takes years.
Oh God, we're gonna get onto your weird world of drum and bass. So let's get off this subject quickly.
And then what else? I've got to mark a load of students' work. Then I got to audition students on Saturday. I'm the adjudicator. And what else have I got to do?
You can make them tap dance for you and do magic tricks and stuff.
Actually, they have to show that they got rhythm.
Really?
But yeah, I make them clap to stuff, innit? Clap rhythms and stuff.
Make them clap to this.
Yeah. And then
make them clap.
Then what else? I've got a few things, man. I've got this new EP. I've got to get the mix downs back off one tune and check it out. So yeah, just working, man.
Yeah,
sick. So I got another single drop in. Today
he only asks us so he can promote himself. He asks us, doesn't listen, and then talks about
man,
the
you
stuff
promote your shit, you promote my shit. Fuck, man. I mean, what we out here doing? You know what I mean? Yeah, I got a song called Breakdown coming through.
Is it about your car?
Nah.
about your mind?
It's about my mind. My car's never break down. Trust me.
Yeah.
I just actually hit 60,000 miles on my car, so I'm getting rid of it.
Bruv, why?
60,000 miles. I don't drive old cars out, man. Come on.
Bro, my car, I drive them till they got over 200,000, and then
I was going to say your cars are going on like $500,000, isn't
it? if I could get out of it, I would, innit? I don't see the point. If it does the job, innit, just drive it till it's dead. Till the mechanics say, look, it's going to cost you more to fix it than it's worth. Then I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. And then I'll do the scrappage thing, innit?
I can't do that, man. I need my shit to be fucking shiny and and soft.
You wash it, don't it?
Yeah, nah, it's not the same, man. It's like, how old is it?
He's got a spare dashboard in there if you need one.
my car's 20 years old now.
That's crazy.
But I need wood grain.
Yeah.
If a car ain't got wood grain, I'm not interested.
You
It's
get
gotta
wood grain in a Tesla, man. You get wood grain in a Tesla.
What, wood grain wheel and all that?
Yeah, man. They do that whole shit for you.
I don't like the Tesla look though. The way the Tesla looks in there.
Yeah, it's not the greatest. It's not the greatest shape. It's not the greatest look. But all them other electric cars will be coming through soon.
What they need to do is put the electric, just get the electric engines, and then you can just stick them in your car and just take out the petrol engine. They need to do that.
That's pretty much what they're doing, to be fair. Just slower. So any car you think of that you like, the electric version soon.
So I can get my car electric.
Probably not your car, no.
Why?
Your car's 20 years old.
But yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Whatever the new version is, you could do a conversion. I mean, there's guys who do. There's a guy who does a Tesla conversion and does it to a petrol engine. So you can, sure you can go the other way around.
I got a diesel though.
No, man, he'll do that shit. He'll just take the engine out, put electric one in. Probably cost you way more than a fucking real Tesla. But I mean, like, it's what you want in it. Like, you want the wood grain. So fuck it, is what it is. But yeah, guys, man, have a great weekend, great week. Everyone out there in the listening world, in the podosphere, thank you for having us back. And we'll be back again next week, Friday.
Local.
Until then, stay blessed, stay safe.
Now you have been going around and fall like you are the bigger Dan, but here comes the Dan of all Dan, make you look like Dan the Lion.
Like I was saying, I was really interrupted by. Is that Ninja Man? Is that Ninja Man?
I'm not sure.
But yeah, look after yourself, look after those around you, spread love. It's the Alright, peace, man. We're out. One.